Let's try this again. Is the audio working? There we go. Okay, now there's an echo. Alright, yeah, what the fuck is that? Oh no, okay, I turned the volume up instead of down. That's lovely. There we go. Alright, everything should be good now. I don't know what that was. I just guess, like, I started the stream and, like, for some reason just the stream in general wasn't picking up my mic, even though, like, everything else was. Like, I literally just recorded, like, a 5-second video, while I was streaming, and in that video you can hear my mic, and then, again, like, I went to the settings and everything, you can hear my mic, so again, it was really weird, that for some reason just in the broadcast it wasn't, but whatever. We're back. So I guess you probably didn't hear me talk about my winner pick, where again, mostly about the recording of the 42 cast estimate, where like it took me forever to record it because I kept on mispronouncing names, so that was lovely. It took way longer than it should have. Yeah, so that video came out. It's performing mediocrely. I mean, like, it's performing fine, but like for what it is, it's not performing that good. But like, really, who cares? Yeah, we got Australian Survivor.
That's the first sign.
Oh, what was that? Like, it's so funny to me. They kept on promoting this as, oh, the best episode ever. It's like, I mean, it was fine. Like, I mean, yeah, we lost Sandra. I mean, yeah, that happened. Nina voted out her mom. That's something. But, like, I really, like, again, to me, the episode as a whole was just kind of fine. Really underwhelming. Like, I think an underwhelming element of it is that it was promoted as, like, oh, the best episode ever. And because I was expecting some major blindside. I mean, like, by the time Sandra gets voted out, like, again, like, it was pretty apparent that's what was going to happen. But I thought earlier on in the episode, like, they didn't mention at one point that, oh, Shay is going to play her idol for Sandra as, like, a possibility. And I thought, like, maybe that's what's going to happen. But then, like, when we never heard Shay throughout the entire episode, then, yeah, that's not happening. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they promoted an episode like that, but whatever. I mean, that's Australian Survivor for you. What names did I mispronounce? Hi? Hi, right? It's hi. Yes, it's hi. Okay. Yeah, I keep on saying hey, and that was annoying. And then Mariah, I kept on saying Maria. So yeah, those were the big two. And really, like, the even the like the high, at least with that one, like I corrected myself as it happened. If you pay attention to the 42 cast, there is some Franken bites with the Mariah, because I did actually say Maria when I actually recorded the actual part that I used for video, so that's something. Yeah, underwhelming way to lose Sandra. Again, unanimous vote here. Again, very. I mean, to be honest, like, this is a very similar run to Game Changers. Here for me, it's similar. Like, it's similar in terms of, like, the result. I do think, like, Game Changers is obviously, like, different in the sense that she was more in control in Game Changers. And, like, while I do think they try to make it seem like she was very much in control here on her, like, on the original Blood Tribe on Australian Survivors, like, I don't think she actually was. Like, to me, it seems pretty clear that she was more so, like, this person that was kept around because they have a massive target on their back and they wanted to use her as a shield. And, like, while, like, she had, like, a level of influence, like, I don't think it was, like, to the Game Changers level where she's, like, actually leading the charge against Tony and then like leading the charge against JT and stuff. Yeah, I think it's more apt to say that, like, Sam and probably, like, Jesse were in control of the Red Tribe.
Yes.
To a degree, though. I mean, like, the thing is, like, I think during the Sophie vote, it's interesting, like, because, like, there Sam's the swing vote, but I wouldn't say she's, like, the major power player. Like, I would actually say, like, it's more so, really, it's like the Amy, Jay, David contingent is really the group that controls that vote. Where, like, yes, we do see Sandra go to Amy and say, hey, we should get rid of Sophie, but it's like, it also felt like Amy was already going to do that anyway. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like that was probably more of an Amy move than anything.
Coming to you.
And again, obviously give credit to Sandra, but again, it is Amy that executes the move either way. Thoughts on Cynthia and Carson? Again, what a clusterfuck this was. This is for Celebrity Big Brother. Like, I started writing my review for Celebrity Big Brother yesterday. Like, I'm still on week 1. I'm barely into it, but it's funny because like I wrote the intro as like, oh, this season just sucks, pretty much. I mean, like it's like a very underwhelming season, but then like this stuff happens, and it's like, I mean, like obviously people are upset that like, oh, Carson and Cynthia are taking out Shayna, and that Todrick is being a bully and he's getting his way. So it's like, I to be honest, I don't really care about that element of it. Like to me, I do think this is impressive gameplay on Todrick's end. I will say that obviously his jury management is very lacking, and I think he has very little chance to actually win the game at this point. But in terms of how he's maneuvering through the game, I do think he is playing very well. But I mean, even through that faulty, but again, I think far and away better than anyone else on the cast. The problem is, again, the jury management element of it. This feels a lot like Fessy's HOH week. Yeah, to a degree. Yeah, I would say that's probably a relatively apt comparison. Because, yeah, Shayna is 100% loyal to Cynthia and Carson. I mean, the thing is that, like, the things that Todrick is saying about Shayna is, like, I mean, game-wise, not the other stuff. But, like, from a game perspective, like, the things he's saying about Shayna's game is, like, relatively true. Like, it's mostly true. Like, he's exaggerating at certain parts of it, but like, it's mostly true information. It's just that it's information that's been being like interpreted the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, it's really been interesting. I mean, like, I think at this point, I think this season and season 2 of Celebrity are pretty close. I've said this before, that my opinion on season 2 of Celebrity has gone up since I've last talked about it. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a better season than I remember. It's just that, like, I felt like I had a very negative experience while watching it live. Probably because I cared as much as what it seems like most other people care about this season now with Todrick and hating Todrick. But at the same time, like, at the time then, like, I was very pro Tom. And because I was, like, upset at, like, how, like, Tamar and Lolo were treating Tom. But it's like, at this point, like, I don't fucking care. Like, I really don't care, like, about, most of the people, on these shows anymore. Like, I really, don't have a personal attachment. Like I used to. Okay, well, that's lovely. Definitely meant to do that. Oh, hey there, Mel. Felt the exact same about Celebrity Brother 2. I'm an idiot. I literally just did the same thing again. Whatever. Yeah, Todrick's been saying some really bad things about Shayna. And to be fair, he's been saying bad things about, like, most people. Like, I mean, and, like, Kirkpatrick especially. Where, again, that's why, like, right now it looks pretty much guaranteed he is not getting Kirkpatrick's jury vote. Yeah, like, supposedly, I mean, like, I know this was on the feeds, right? Like, right before, like, the day that Kirkpatrick goes home, that he was, like, saying to Kirkpatrick's face that, like, he's a terrible father, and, like, essentially trying to guilt him into,
where to now?
Like, guilt him into giving him his jury vote at the end. Which I think worked initially, but I think now that he's out of the house and is seeing, like, the reality of things, that he's, like, actually, like, actively bitter now. Oh, thoughts on Catan's quit? I mean, it was inevitable. To be fair, I'm actually, like, happy that he's gone. Not, like, again, like, it's sad to lose someone like that, but also it's like, at least we don't have to waste around on getting rid of Catan. Or Catan, whatever. It's like, at least it's not gonna, like, halt the gameplay. So at least there's that. Who do I have as the most probable winner, given everything? Are we talking about Celebrity Big Brother? Like, I think probably, to be honest, it might be Misha at this point. Like, while Misha, I do think struggles in a jury vote against most people, like, I don't think most of those people are going to get there. I mean, like, the thing is, like, like, Shayna needs to go home this week. Like, if Shayna goes home this week, then I think it is Misha. If Shayna does not go home this week, then it's probably, like, to be honest, Lamar's in a pretty good spot. Like, and it has nothing to do with Lamar actually playing the game. But, like, Lamar is probably, like, in one of the better spots to win the game. Where I think it's very likely that he makes an endgame position and that he would win a jury. I think he for sure wins a jury vote, right?
Pretty sure you don't need this.
Because it's not like this jury cares about gameplay. Like, they're not going to be voting on who played the best game. I think, like, individual members might. Like, I think Mirai might try to. And I think maybe, like, a Shayna, depending on how bitter she is at Todrick. But it's like, I think for the most part, they are going to be voting on who they like the most. Like, it's not going to be like a okay, well, that's lovely. It's not going to be like a Jackson situation, where, like, they hated Jackson. Well, I guess some jury members hated Jackson, but they still respected his gameplay and still wanted to get him to win. Like, we're not going to be getting that on this season. To where, like, I think Todrick is pretty doomed. Lamar, again, yeah, I think Lamar, the problem with Lamar is that no one's taking Lamar to the end. Like, that's the issue of Lamar. Where, like, again, if he gets to the end, he wins. The problem is no one's taking him, and I don't have faith in him winning final HOH. Especially if it is going to be a quiz comp, which it typically is. Like, I don't see him winning that, but if he gets there, he's probably winning. I think Misha's in a good spot. If they get rid of Shayna, again, like, they're still as of last I saw. Again, I didn't look at the feeds today, but I did see that they were still planning on backstabbing Carson next week. Which, if they do that, then that is their optimal move. And that is, in particular, that is Misha's optimal move, as I think that just makes that side, like the Carson Cynthia, is more bitter at Todrick, where Misha, like, doesn't have as much to lose from doing that. Like, I mean, like, Carson could, like, Carson is also a very likely winner. Actually, Carson's probably a more likely winner than Lamar if he gets to the end. It's just also, I think he's going to have a harder road to an endgame position. Like, I think he's going to have a harder road to get to Final Four. Or if we're doing Final 3 this season. But, like, once he gets there, again, if he can get there with Cynthia, like, that's two people that are taking him to the end. And he most likely wins if he gets there in that position. But it's like, again, like, I do think he's going to be targeted by Todrick and Misha. If not this next coming week, then definitely by the time they get to 4, and they're definitely not taking Carson to the end either. I should probably actually try to play this. Seems like Shane is guaranteed AFP. Probably. Again, I've not watched the episode from tonight yet because didn't have the time. I'll probably watch it tomorrow. Okay, well. So I don't know how it was portrayed there, but definitely based on how social media has been acting, I do think Shayna is in a good spot. I mean, like, Shayna or Lamar, or Carson. I guess Carson has a good shot, too. I think a lot of the casuals are going to go Carson. Again, like, unless, like, Shayna gets is, like, really sympathetic at it, then I think, like, the casuals are going to lean Carson. And, like, considering most of the super fans, I think, are, like, still, like, willing to vote Carson, like, I feel like probably Carson's more likely to win AFP. We'll see. Is Kirkpatrick higher than Cynthia? I don't know yet. I think Kirkpatrick... Actually, let's look this up. Oh, fuck, I just realized the category never changed again. Because I had to restart stream. Not that it really matters at the end of the day, but whatever. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm going to open up my power rankings. I think Kirkpatrick's number 1 so far, right? I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I mean, like, I can see him being above Cynthia. The problem is that, like, he makes an astronomically bad move. And it's, like, it's funny, too, because, like, the move makes no sense. Like, I mean, like, I guess if we're considering, like, and I think this is what he was considering, is, like, he's considering his win to have Todrick and Misha lose. Like, I think to him, that is a win at that point. It's like, he's not trying to actually win the game at the point that he goes home. He's more so, just trying to make Todrick and Misha lose, but he does it in a way to where he doesn't really secure it. Where we come into this week, where again, Shayna is now being targeted. Yeah, Kirkpatrick's number 1. I mean, to be fair, it's not hard to beat. But yeah, it's funny. He was number 2 in my power ranking coming into the week. That's even more. Actually, is Shayna's number 1? Shayna was number 1 on the power ranking coming into this week. So that was a major downfall there. Okay, let's not do that. I feel like the casual superfan ratio leans superfan celebrity Big Brother. Probably. Again, like, the ratings have not been great so far, from what I've seen of Celebrity Big Brother. Where Celebrity Big Brother's been, like losing to, like, some other random shows from, like, Fox and everything. Like, that's pretty sad. I mean, I think, like, didn't Julie Chen say that she thought Chris Kirkpatrick was going to win? Wasn't that, like, in one of her interviews? Like, from the preseason? Is that she thought, like, Kirkpatrick was playing the best game through week 1? So, yeah, I think even production thought Kirkpatrick was going to win. Wow. Okay, fine. Good enough. Shayna's still the best player. I don't know. I mean, too fair, like, I never really thought she was that great of a player. Like, I think she's a player that has potential, but, like, never actually enacted much on that potential. And then now, where, like, her potential's going nowhere, like, especially if she does go home this week, or this round, I guess, then, like, I don't know, she wasn't, like, I mean, she was probably, I mean, she'll be number 1 out of the boot so far. And she'll probably be relatively high on the Celebrity Big Brother player ranking, but, like, she's not gonna, like, to me, she's still, like, a below average Big Brother player. I actually didn't say it. I think she's probably an average Big Brother player. I think that's probably a more apt thing to say. Like, she's pretty base level to me. Wow, I'm missing, like, half their shots. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, you can say that with, like, everything, though. That, like, again, you can't give Todrick credit for this move because it's, like, him playing with bad players. Like, I mean, like, every cast has their bad players. Like, I feel like to completely diminish, like, the quality of a move because they're playing with bad players isn't really an apt comparison. Or isn't a really apt thing to say. Like, I think a lot of people, like, bash on Boston Rob for Redemption Island because it was, like, him playing against a cast of terrible players. But it's like, I mean, I don't think that's, like, a really apt thing. Like, I think, like, because he played so well, it makes everyone else look so bad. Again, like, Zapatera is not, like, a group of slouches. I mean, like, Mike Chisel and Steve Wright are not bad players. I think they're actually both above average players. You have Andrea, who ends up being a very solid player afterwards on future seasons. Shit. Fine. Like, yeah, like, I think BB16 with Derek is another one, like, where people mention that, like, Derek had a weak cast. Like, he had 2 future winners on his cast. Like, he had Nicole Franzel and Cody Calafiore on his cast. And again, he had to face off against Frankie Grande, who is a very impressive player as well. Like, I've never subscribed to the thing of, oh, they're facing off against a weak cast, so that makes it less impressive.
I'm clear here. You? Nothing here either. I'll check out this area. Roger that.
hang on.
Who are back, Frenchie or Devin? Devin. It's not even close. I don't need to see Frenchie back. I would love to see Devin back. Because, like, the thing is, like, I don't think Frenchie changes. Like, I think Frenchie would play the same game if he were to return. While, like, I feel like Devin would legitimately change. Like, I think Devin, like, even by the time he goes home, like, showed an understanding of what he did wrong. Like, you can see during week 3, he plays as well as he could have, considering his position. It's just that he was already in such a bad position to where more than likely anything he was going to do wasn't going to work. But, like, he doesn't play poorly week 3. It's just that he plays so poorly before that. How would Brad do on Big Brother? I mean, like, I think he could do okay. Like, I can see him being like a Sam from BB21. Where it's like he's gonna feel like a bit. Obviously, he's gonna be the oldest person on the cast. Actually, he's like way older, isn't he? I forgot about that. Like, Brad's like 50, right? Like, I always think of Sam as super old, but like Sam's like 34 or something. Like, he's not that old. But yeah, I think Brad gives you Kevin vibes. I don't think that necessarily, because I think he's a bit too chaotic to be Kevin. Like, I don't think he's going to be as laid back as Kevin was. Because yeah, like Brad like actively plays a lot more than Kevin ever did. Where, like, Kevin, like, really the only real thing he ever does in BB19 is make his alliance with Paul. And, like, everything after that, like, he's just kind of on the bottom for the rest of the game, kind of being dragged along. Oh, okay. Cody and Paulie should do Bloodlines too? Yeah, for sure. That'd be fun. Didn't Paulie, I think Paulie said that, or not Paulie, Cody said that he would be willing to do Challenge now. So yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, like, Bloodlines obviously is like it's not that good of a theme. Like, it's just such a tough theme to cast for. But, I think you could get some fun duos. Like, what Vendettas was supposed to be Bloodlines 2, right? So, yeah. Yeah, Cody, I don't think Cody would do Big Brother again. Unless it was, yeah, like a special occasion. Okay. How I think of how AU handled the odd numbered swap. It was interesting. I mean, again, like, have we had this before? Where the person that draws the odd buff gets to pick which tribe they go to. I don't think so, right? Like, I kind of like it. Like, I mean, like, it's kind of an inoffensive thing, really. Where it's like, again, like, they could do it every season. I wouldn't be opposed to it. But I'm also like, if they got rid of it, it's like, whatever. But, like, also, it's like, it's probably better than, like, Exile. It obviously puts more agency on the player than Exile, where, like, you get Exile and then the next round that you come back, you go to the losing tribe. Like, to me, like, that's obviously, like, that doesn't really give that player that much to do. Yeah, I think this gives more agency to the player.
Wow.
So, I mean, at least there's that. I will say I'm interested in Mark's edit from this episode. Because obviously, like, before this, I've been, like, 100% Mark's winning this season, and it's not even close. And I do think overall, I'm still 100% on that. But I do think this was overall, like, a, like, slightly mixed episode for him.
Holy shit.
Like, I mean, like, I think overall, like, it's fine. Like, I still have Mark 1, but I do think this was, like, a good episode for Sam. But also, it's like, I did notice that, like, every time that they mention Mark, so, like, obviously Mark picks to not be with Sam. And, like, initially Sam is like, oh, what a terrible decision and everything. But then, like, in the confessional afterwards, like she starts to like come around on it, and like she actively like starts saying that, oh, he was probably right, we would have been a target, and it's like it felt like them trying to like rationalize Mark's moves more there. But to me, I was like, that might be just putting more thought into it than Australian Survivor's editors care, because like I don't think I don't think they put that much thought into their edit, but whatever. I don't think I'm out on Shay at this point. I don't think Shay's winning. This was such a this is such a like it's a weird episode for Shay, where like she gets pretty much no content at all. On an episode where they're voting out the Queen of Survivor, you would think if they're if that person, like if the winner was one of the people that voted out Sandra, they would get some content on that episode. Also, we have like Shay playing her idol with no rationale for why she played her idol. Like obviously, like I think you can assume things of why she played her idol. You can assume that it's like, oh, it's a publicly known idol, so it's like obviously she's gonna have to, or it's probably better for her to burn it so that she doesn't have a target on her back from it. Like I get what she was probably doing, but like it's not explained on the show. And I do think if it was the winner of the season, they would take the time to explain that. Especially when we've had it for 2 episodes now, this storyline of, oh, Shay has the player idol, but we never get an explanation of why. Also, I do feel like the relationship between her and Ben, we never hear her talk about Ben. It's always Ben talking about her. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, I don't think Shay is a likely winner at this point. But to be fair, like, I think I really think it's down to Mark, Sam, and Nina, with this being a bit of a resurgence for Nina. And I think there could be Nina picking up Sandra's edit. I think that could be an element of this, especially if she has a strong episode 8. But I still think it's one of Mark or Sam though. Best rookie from Bloodlines. Yeah, competitor-wise, Jamie or Mitch, one of the two. Character-wise, yeah, I think that's Brianna and Nicole. I don't know how interesting Brianna would be on multiple seasons though. Like I think Nicole Ramos, like one of these people that you can put her on any season, she's going to bring some level of entertainment. I don't know about Brianna, where I think a lot of what made Brianna entertaining is like her dynamic with Jenna. And them fighting over her wanting to quit the game. But I feel like that kind of shtick would get old on multiple appearances. So. Excuse me? He was literally right behind me a second ago. How the fuck did he get all the way up over there? Whatever. Your draft team is Hay, Lindsay, Mike, Marianne. That's pretty good. I'm really high on 3 of the 4 there. I'm high on I'm high on Mike. I'm high on Marianne. Again, not as high on Lindsay, but she's not at the bottom yet. She's right in the middle of my power ranking. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good team. I wonder if Sam could win Amber against Rob. I don't think so, because I don't think there's if you're talking about a bitter jury sort of thing, I don't think so. I don't think there'll be a bitter jury towards Mark. Which, by the way, we did also get content from Jordy this episode talking about how Mark is a legend. So that's something too.
Well, no one's home. This place is
Bryce Scott Chanel.
Yeah, the roof could use some work.
Yeah, I'm high-ish on Chanel. Obviously she ended up being a contender for me. I'm high on Chanel. However, I'm still kind of I probably need a bit more information. I have started listening to the RJP interviews. I've not finished that first podcast, but I'm up to Tori. So I've listened to the first 4, and then I started Tori's.
Okay, I'm through.
Which I don't know. I still probably I don't think any of my changes any of my opinions have really changed based on these interviews so far. Romeo, I'm still low on Romeo. I am. Who else was there? I don't even remember anymore. Was it Romeo, Roxroy? I keep on saying Rockstroy. That was another thing. Yeah, I keep on saying Rockstroy. I don't know why. But yeah, I think my opinion on him kind of stayed the same from where I was on my cast assessments. Yeah, I was much lower on him after just reading his bio. But yeah, at this point, I'm kind of like middle of the road on him. Who else is on the Ika tribe? I really don't, or Ika tribe. I really don't remember anymore. But either way, Romeo quits.
Yeah, you said it.
I wouldn't be that surprised. I don't know, like, Romeo's weird. Like, I really don't get Romeo. Where, again, like, he just does not feel like a typical Survivor casting choice.
Hey,
but also, it's like, he talks about how big of a fan he is, but, like, none of his responses feel like they're, like, from a super fan. Like, maybe he is actually a fan, but, like, I don't know, it just kind of feels like maybe a fake super fan. Okay, what am I doing here? Does production love Jonathan?
There's a crate. I got an idea. Here we go. Heads up!
Like, have they ever said feels very BBOTT? Yeah, I can see that.
I don't want to see this.
But yeah, for Survivor US, it does feel like a weird casting. Like, even just Big Brother in general. Like, I feel like, yeah, he fits Big Brother a lot more than he does Survivor.
What do you see?
Jonathan Sebastian 2.0, that's not a good comparison. I don't know, Jonathan, like, I thought Jonathan's Get to Know You video was fun. Like, I think he has, like, a fun energy to him. So where, like, he's a douchebag, but, like, he kind of knows he's a douchebag. Like, he's, like, kind of self-aware in that. So where, like, I can see him being, like, kind of like a John Hennigan figure.
Libitalia!
Right, I feel he should be able to give good confessionals. But we'll see. Ramses? Potentially. Ramses is a lot, like, nerdier, though.
Younger, slightly less charming
but
brother who
maybe
happened to be tagging along for the right. You know, I always knew you'd make something of yourself one day.
Ruma seemed like a guy that saw Winners at War, saw Tony 1, then watched 2 other seasons, possibly. Jenny's... Yeah, I do not feel good about Jenny, from what I've seen. Which I really thought it was, because I remember, like, preseason, there was a lot of talk about, oh, Queen Jenny. And, like, obviously, like, some of that's just for the memes, but it's like... Like, I was expecting quite a bit from Jenny, and then, yeah, I'm just not feeling good about her based on her bio and her Get to Know You video. Again, we'll see when I eventually listen to her full-blown interview, but I don't know, she just seems like a prototypical early boot.
Years. Decades, even. How the hell did
But I do find it funny, like, the little that I've watched of Tori's interview,
Hey, Sam, check it out.
like, I didn't realize how, like, much of a lunatic Tori is about Survivor. Like, I knew she was, like, a big fan, and, like, that was her dream to be on Survivor. I didn't realize that her, like, entire family has, like, a tradition that on Christmas they watch a full season of Survivor, and that they eat rice and oranges or whatever. Like, it's like, we're like to like mimic Survivor. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what a weird thing. Which, I mean, good on them, like, to make it like a family thing, but still, it's like, I didn't realize, like, how far they went there. Is there anything deeper about Roxroy not having fuck off, I did it again. Roxroy about having a picture. I mean, like, I think it's just that he's not big on social media. Like, that's the sense that I get. It's like he's just not really, like, not really into social media and everything. Because that is just hard to find a picture of him. I mean, is there even a picture of him out there now? Like, there isn't, right? Like, I'm from outside of the cast photos. Because I don't think they ever did find a photo of him, so... should I do the conversations? There are random conversations around here. Not that matters, I'm not doing a video on this game again. And even if I was, it doesn't really add that much, but whatever. Maria's winner pick. Yeah, again, I think that's a good pick, too. I think she is a high variance pick. which is why I didn't like. I was actually like high on. I forgot about that. I was high on Heather last time, but I did consider Heather as a possible winner pick. But I did feel again there was like a level high variance where, again, there's serious first boot potential or early boot potential, especially on 3 tribes of 6, where like challenge strength is considered more important there, like you would theoretically think it would be. Like technically, it doesn't really work out in. Actuality most times, like we do see like Luzon,
Not a bad view.
and how that worked out, but you would assume, I think, that's the vibe I get, is that Maria is essentially Tiffany, but not as wacky. Photo Inside Survivors updated, to shine the trailer, that's what I thought, so.
What were they doing here?
Hopefully one tribe gets decimated so they can be forced to swap. I don't think they're going to.
I mean, you throw your line at these infamous outlaws.
Like, I mean, we pretty much saw it with Ua, right?
No.
Almost. These what they got down to 2.
Find some refuge.
Wait, how'd they get down to 2? When did we merge?
States.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, we did merge at 12,
Except you have
didn't
to
we?
see Avery's statue every day.
I kind of forgot about that, to be honest. Right? We merged at 12? We've got 2 boots. Yeah, so, I kind of forgot about that, actually. I was thinking we merged at 13.
You ever wonder, like, different choices?
But, yeah, so, I mean, by the way that the game is formatted,
Magic showing up.
there's no way that,
That was an option. I was good. It's not a viable.
yeah, so there has to be at least
You're just
one
jealous.
person. Like, even if a
You
tribe
always
loses
were.
all the challenges, they would have one person making it to the merge. Because we're still going to have the double tribal in the premiere, I'm assuming,
No, but I mean,
where
what would
2
have
tribes go to
if we
tribal.
hadn't started
So,
people who've been
that
dead
means
for
that,
hundreds of
again,
years.
that minimizes. So even though there's 6 boots, there's only 5 boots that can be possible from one tribe.
Normal life.
Yeah, I don't like no swaps. Especially on such small tribes.
Everybody gathered around the table for things.
And also, I hate the element of like taking votes away too, and that's also terrible. Yeah, I think they would go to fire making if there's only 2 people left on a tribe.
For me. I like the hand we've been dealt.
Oh, I mean, I don't think you're the only person thinking Zach. I'm like, Zach is for sure Adam Klein's doppelganger. Like, they talk like pretty similarly. They look very
This is
similar.
fortune.
I like, from what I've seen, like, Zach seems a bit lankier. I don't actually know how tall Zach is, but he does seem like to be a bit like. I think they're different, like, body types, but in terms of like, just their mannerisms and everything, they're very similar. Mike Turner's your favorite? Yeah, I love Mike from his video. Again, like, his voice threw me off because I was expecting it to be like a very like gruff sort of voice. But I think when I heard it, it did again, like, it. I think he could be a fun character. I definitely see a lot of like Tony potential in him from a character standpoint. I talked about this in the cast assessment. I think gameplay wise, he's probably going to be more in line with like a Boston Rob. In terms of like, I don't think he's going to be someone that's like running around the camp and flip flopping left and right and everything. But I think he should have like some really fun energy in confessionals and everything. Where am I going? I forgot how you progress this. Zach is either pre-merge or finale. There's no in between. Probably. I mean, like, I could see a lot of Spencer, Kagian Spencer in Zach as well.
Captain Avery.
I think that's like a somewhat likely trajectory for him. Is he here? It's not that. Will either be Spencer Kagian or Jacob Derwin. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's the same thing of how I look at Daniel. Like, Daniel for me is essentially, he's essentially Jacob Derwin or Rick Devens. Like, he's one of the two. I think I said David Wright in my, which I mean, too fair, that's not a bad comparison either. But I think as more time goes on, I think actually I see more Rick Devens than David Wright and Daniel. But Daniel's a lot more fun than I thought he was going to be. Again, I thought he was going to be kind of kind of boring. But seems like a fun personality. Oh, it's here, right?
This way. Follow me.
Yeah, there we go. Fits the nervous nerd archetype. Yeah. Which again, I think is a high variance archetype. Where like even the ones that like don't go home early are usually very much in danger of going home early. It's down here, isn't it?
Hey Sam, come here.
Is it true that Carolyn Jen lost by 4 seconds? Too much, I don't remember.
It's like a hideout.
I assume you mean 24, right?
Hiding out from themselves.
Look at this. Looks like the layout of.
Yeah, Zach's like kind of like the know-it-all. Or again, like the Adam Klein, Spencer's,
There's the tower.
What were these guys?
that sort of thing. Yeah, I did hear All Stars 4 is actually happening, supposedly. So that's cool. Yeah, I think I think Jesse Tannenbaum, that's his name, right? I do think we're moving away from archetypes, especially on Survivor. Like Survivor's been doing that for a while. Like ever since the new casting director, for sure. Like ever since 39. Like I do think they're trying to go for more like complex people. And again, that's why I don't think we're going to have like heroes versus villains, because I don't think they want people to be portrayed like that. Where am I going? I legitimately don't remember how you progress the section. I feel like All Stars 4 happening makes it less likely that CBS spinoff is actually a challenge spinoff. Yeah, I mean, like, didn't we like we pretty much know it's not going to be the challenge, right? The CBS spinoff. It's just by the challenge production team. But yeah, I mean, I've already been assuming for a bit that it wasn't going to be directly connected to the challenge. It does make me wonder what these, like, what's it going to be then? Like, I assume it's going to be like related to the challenge to a degree, like in the way that like Beyond the Edge is related to Survivor. Like, I think that's kind of like this like sort of trajectory we're seeing for this show. Of it like having like some sort of connective tissue, but obviously, but also like just being a like just a completely different show.
Secret Society or Rebels.
I think we're looking at 45 for returning season. Yeah, I would say 45, 46. I would personally say 46 is more likely. But yeah, I think one of those two will probably be returning season. By the way, we did get confirmation over the last week that 43, 44 are going to be all newbies. So that's something. Which again, not unexpected. Oh, here? It's probably just CBS All-Stars or All-Star Brawl. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, are they... Like, is it going to be like a challenge? Like, is it going to be like Battle of the... what was it? Battle of the Network Stars or whatever that... Or Reality Star? Whatever. Like that sort of show, but just with CBS personalities. Oh, we're in this section already? Well, I just fucked it up. But I didn't realize we were already at this point. Yeah, I mean, it is a long stretch, kind of. Like, realistically, it's not that long, because it's actually, like, pretty much the exact same length from Winners at War to Game Changers. And, like, also, like, from Well, I guess we had Micronesia, didn't we? In between Heroes vs. Villains and All Stars. And I guess Guatemala, if you want to consider that also. But either way, like it's not that big of a gap, like
Found more of the colony.
on paper. But yeah, I mean, because Winners at War was Winners at War, that makes it like a much bigger gap, because obviously the only people that could come back from Winners at War were winners. So yeah, I do worry that like so many people that I would like to see back from the 35 to 39 era will kind of be
They've seen us yet.
forgotten by that point.
All right, keep your head down.
Just about tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wait, what? When did I get that gun? I didn't realize I had a sniper. Whatever. Oh, okay, cool. What happened if Enzo voted out Nicole instead of David? I mean, I think the audience would have loved it, yeah. I mean, it matters who you're considering the audience. Like, I think, like, Nicole Franzel does have her fans. But I think, like, in terms of the online community, would have loved it. In terms of what happens game-wise, like, I mean, at that point, it's, like, a radically different situation, considering that means that, fuck off, that Enzo isn't blindly loyal to Cody, like he was in the real life. Oh, he's glitching to his name. Oh, did I die? I wasn't even paying attention there. Yeah, when do people turn on Nicole? BB18. Mid BB18, I think. Because, again, BB16, she was pretty popular. Again, she was third on the popularity poll. I remember when RHAP did a like poll thing for BB18 right before it, because like we knew we were getting returnees, but like they did like a poll of who you would like to see back, and like Nicole Franzel was up there. So it's like I do think she was still popular coming to BB18, but yeah, I think it was like mid BB18. I think through her allegiance to Paulie, I think that was the thing, and like Paulie obviously became really hated. And then you also have, like her being up against Paul, who I think is someone that at the time was, well, more liked. Well, like, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't think she was ever that hated. Oh, yeah, and Dave did the Beyond stuff, too. But, like, I don't think she was ever that hated by the casual audience. Like, she's hated by, like, the online community, and like she's not, like, I think BB18 like made her not as loved as she was after BB16, but like I don't think she was ever hated by the casual audience through BB18. Fuck off. Well, I do think by 22 though, I do think her public opinion goes down a bit, especially like when we have the feud with Janelle. I think that probably harms her. Her like casual credibility. God damn it. Excuse me? Thank you. Okay, I still died anyway, whatever. Yeah, I think that's why the online community doesn't like her, is that she works with men over women, that she, well, I know Dick hates her because she didn't do anything but sleep with Corey and, like, all this other stuff, but it's like, I mean, one, that's not true. But also, I think also her gameplay style is also a factor, where, again, she, like, plays, like, not really a rat floater game, but like she has elements of it in her winning game. I think that's also something that like that a lot of the online community doesn't like. So. Oh yeah, her noise. Yeah, her voice also. Some people find annoying. God damn it. Oh, this is going well. Camera's the best part of BB19. I think the best part of BB19 is Paul losing. Like, to me, that's literally like what makes BB19 for me at this point, is the fall of Paul. Come on. Especially coming into that season where like Paul was like a massive fan favorite, and he leaves the season being like hated. Like, it's really funny. Like, hated to the point where like his greatest enemy wins fan favorite almost solely due to the fact that he was against Paul. Yeah, people blame. I mean, yeah. Again, that's more of an online thing, though. But yeah, that they blame her for Victor. And like, Victor's now what, a cop, right? God damn it! That was. Wow, okay. What the fuck? Whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, yeah, like, really the vote for Cody, was more so a fuck you Paul vote than a, should I just start over? Yeah, let's just start this over. Fuck that. Yeah, because like, what's funny is that, like, again, like, Cody does not win fan favorite on like any other season. Mind you, I do think Cody on this show was like a fun enough figure. Wasn't there a guy here? Oh, there he is. Well, that's lovely. Okay. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. God damn it. Whatever. Why wasn't Jessica vote fan favorite? Because I think Cody was more liked by the casuals. And then also Cody made it further. And also because Jessica was campaigning for Cody to win fan favorite.
What the? No way.
I mean, yeah, like, Cody was liked. Like, after week one. I mean, week one was, he was still not well liked, but, after week one, though, like, Cody, like, even, like, without the anti-Paul stuff, like, he was liked, like, by the casual audience. But I think from, like, the super fan point of view, I think for sure that was the anti-Paul more than a pro-Cody. Wait, where's he shooting me from? Oh, he's right there. Okay, whatever. What about Knack 2? I've played Knack 2. It's not great. It's not terrible either, though, but, just really bloated. Well, it would have been great if it was like a 5-hour game instead of like a 10 to 12-hour game. I did not watch this reality TV Fear Factor. Was it Miz and Trishelle? That's really weird. I didn't realize that's the two from the MTV world that were on it. Yeah, the game I liked more than Bloodborne. Yeah, I stand by that. Yeah, I enjoy playing Knack 2 more than I enjoy Bloodborne. But, again, like, Bloodborne and really Soulsborne games are just not for me nowadays. God damn it.
Grab any ammo you can.
Tony has come back to the challenge since getting body slammed by Corey. Yeah, I would really like to see Tony come back. And like I feel like he probably like I wouldn't be surprised if he's turned down multiple seasons. I think he said more recently that he's willing to come back now, but like I wouldn't be surprised if he just like stopped doing them for the sake of his family. But again, I think at this point, like I would like to see Tony back. Yeah, Tony. I mean, I don't know if it was a drug issue, but I know he was alcoholic and everything. I don't know if it went beyond that. It could have, for all I know. Again, I'm not like I don't look that deep into these people's backgrounds, but obviously he was a massive alcoholic, and then he had the fact that he was cheating on like every girl he'd ever dated. But
Crap, more shoreliners.
But yeah, like at this point, I think it would be fun to have him back. And to be honest, like I like Tony more and more as the show goes on. Like I think like both Vendettas for sure. I think Tony's like my favorite. Like is my favorite element of Vendettas. Is like this storyline of how like he actually does well for first time ever. Where are you shooting me from? Okay, well that's shit. Wow. Really? Okay. Is there ever a season where Banana's my favorite character? I mean, like, I did like Bananas in Final Reckoning. Like, obviously, like, I mean, Devin's stuff is icky. But also, like, I feel like Devin was playing it up. But still, it's like, outside of that, like, I think Bananas is, like, a really fun underdog arc on that season. And to be fair, it's, like, him and Tony. But, I mean, definitely Bananas gets more of the screen time there. Like, I don't know if he's my favorite character in Final Reckoning. By the way, I did finish Final Reckoning since I last streamed, which, like, I'm very high on Final Reckoning. Like, I think Final Reckoning is, like, just outside my top tier. Like, I think it might be number 4. Like, I really love Final Reckoning, and it's like, it's weird because like it has like all of my major issues with the challenge, or not all of them, but like has a lot of them. Like, it has a terrible format, it has like a really bloated episode count, but I really loved a lot of Final. Like, I don't think there's like, even though it is bloated and is like it's a long season, I don't think there's ever a point in the season where it's boring. Like, I think there's always like something interesting going on. I do like the majority of the cast. I do think most of them bring like some sort of interesting dynamic to it. Like, I think the ending, like even though the final itself sucks on Final Reckoning, I do think like the final episode of Final Reckoning is really just incredible, and like how it's like a comedy of errors, and like all this like that leads up to Ashley winning and taking the money from Hunter, which to me is probably the best moment in the history of the challenge from a TV standpoint. Like, it really is like such a train wrecky season, but it's like it's an incredible train wreck, and I'm a fucking idiot. I almost died there. Devin plays the victim as if he isn't the king of taking shit, talking too far. Yeah. I mean, like, I think Devin knows his perception. Like, I think he's like someone that is, again, he's a very intelligent guy. And I think he obviously knows what he's doing. Like, I think he's like a massive troll. Okay, what the fuck? I am probably gonna die. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, I've talked about Celebrity Big Brother. I mean, like, I've talked about it, but like, I don't, like, I hate what's going on in the sense that Todrick is, like, I don't like what Todrick's saying about Shayna, obviously. But in terms of like the gameplay element of it, like, I do think it's like really interesting. That Todrick was able to, and two, also the thing I didn't mention earlier when I was talking about Todrick is that an element of this is the fact that he knows Carson in real life, and Carson has openly talked about how he doesn't need Big Brother, like he doesn't need this win. He's not that hungry for it, unlike Todrick is, and I do think he would be willing to give the win to Todrick. And I do think that's definitely an element of it. Is their outside the game relationship. But I mean, like really, the impressive thing here though isn't really his work with Carson. It's really his work with Cynthia, where he's like been able to like completely turn Cynthia against Shayna. For like things that like he is also doing. I think that's part of the thing that like about this is that it's like Todrick and Shayna like both did the same thing. It's just that Todrick was like more open about doing it, and two, for like, and Shayna like did it and then like went back to them anyway, to Carson and Cynthia. And obviously Todrick was able to play it up as if she's been like playing them the entire time. I'm probably gonna die again. Oh yeah, I did see Gamer getting really upset over calling Hunter a challenge winner, which I think is just dumb. Like, I would classify Hunter as a challenge winner. I think it's a situation where, like, again, like, he won the final, but didn't win the prize money, again, similar to, like, a Sarah. But, like, really, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. But, like, the show, like, specifically says that he is a winner on World of Worlds. Yeah, I don't know why I just did that. Like, while, like, again, during Final Reckoning, it can be very hazy, because it does specifically say Ashley Final Reckoning winner. But also, like, TJ does say the winning team, and then also, like, calls Hunter a winner during World of Worlds. And then now with them, like, having him in the book about, which, by the way, what the fuck is that? They're having a book on, like, how to win in the challenge and in life or something dumb like that. But, yeah, like, Hunter's including that. Like, yeah, he's a winner. Just, like, they're classifying him as a winner. Like, it doesn't really matter. But whatever.
Over here.
Oh, over here. There we go. It's well that a lot of the goodwill of the cookout got on 23 is being lost because of Todrick. Yeah.
Come on, ready? Ready.
Especially like Tiffany, Hannah. To be fair, I haven't seen much of Xavier. I don't know what he's doing, but Kylan. And to be fair, Kylan was already like Kylan and the other one, Big D, were already had ruined reputations, but. I did really like Hannah on. She was on RHAP on Wednesday, and I think she was pretty good there. And like she openly talks about like she knows that Todrick's not playing a good game, or at least isn't playing a winning game.
Okay.
Like it's not like they're blind to that.
Whew. Watch that first step.
It's a doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nina's new series. I still can't believe that that's really all this episode amounted to. Or again, they were like hyping it up as the best episode ever. It's like it's just Nina voting out Sandra. Which, by the way, also wasn't really like shown on the show exactly why.
Ladder's busted in the middle.
We'll make do. Keep
Like,
that
I
up.
mean, like they must have either made it like super apparent, or they must have just straight up told Nina that, yeah, we're voting out Sandra.
How you doing back
Because
there?
I still don't see why
How
she
are you?
would have voted for Sandra unless she was, like, that certain. Which, to be fair, I mean, like, again, they were being pretty blatant at Tribal. But still, it's like, I do feel like we probably missed out on something where, like, I don't think they would be that blatant at Tribal if it wasn't for the fact that they already told Nina beforehand. I mean, yeah, Hunter quit Final Reckoning, right? That is the thing, right? Or did he lose eliminate? I don't remember how that. But again, like I think people get too hung up on is a person a quitter or not. Like something like again, something with the Alex thing on Australian Survivor that a lot of people were upset that like they're calling Alex a quitter because he's still a quitter. That doesn't necessarily mean that quits aren't warranted, but he's still a quitter. Like again, like people put too much like emphasis on the word quit as like such a negative like connotation to it, but like doesn't mean like necessarily that it is like supposed to be a major negative. Like really the term quit just means to give up on something. And did Alex give up on Survivor? Yes, he did. Does that mean that again it wasn't warranted? No. And the same thing goes with like the challenge when people quit on the challenge. Like it's the same thing. It's like it doesn't matter if they quit or not. Like it doesn't mean that it's not warranted. It's just a matter of that production didn't take them out of the game. They had to actively make the decision to pull themselves out of the game. Oh, okay. Nice. I'm not supposed to go this way. Yeah, like Terry and Jenna. Like Terry, like I'm too fair. Terry's a different one. Jenna did quit. Like Jenna, like specifically does quit. They didn't pull her or anything. Like Terry is actually an evacuation. Like they literally pulled Terry. They didn't give him a choice. Like they're saying, yeah, your wife called. She's pulling you from the game. Like they didn't give Terry a choice there. He didn't quit technically. But Jenna quit. But again, that doesn't mean it's not a warranted quit. I'm too fair. Jenna's one is just weird. Because obviously it's made right by the fact that she, like her mother did actually pass away from cancer. Where like I do think again, like how'd she know? Like, that's something we still don't really know, but whatever. Do you think Todrick thinks he's gonna win? No, I think at this point, no. I think he did like up to Kirkpatrick going home. But he's talked about now how he doesn't care about winning because he knows he's not going to win. So I feel pretty confident that he knows that he's not going to win a jury vote. But I think at this point his goal is just to get to the end. Ooh, this area looks really nice.
Holy crap.
Is Todrick being Pauled? To a degree. But again, just like Paul, it's his own fault. But yeah, I mean, I do think it's a similar situation.
Rhetorical question.
And this is the thing too, is like, what was it? That Ozza made a post about how Shayna is playing an Andy game, which is like a complete misread on Andy's game. Like, if anything, Todrick is playing the Andy game. Like Todrick is playing the more of the rap floater-esque game than Shayna is. Or like Shayna ends up picking a side here. And I think she's like, that was bad on her to pick a side. Like I do think that is one of the faults in her game, is that she did pick a side. And we have the person playing this rap floater game in Todrick being able to flip the game on her because she picked the side, essentially.
Empty.
Yeah, I mean, Ozza, yeah, definitely Ozza's not the best strategic mind out there.
No. Nothing's been touched in here for hundreds of years.
Yeah, like, Todrick's going to be interesting. Like, does Todrick think he's going to win America's Favorite Player? That's a more interesting question. He probably, I don't know, I could see him thinking that Carson has a good chance. But I think he's definitely trying to win America's Favorite. I think that's definitely something. But, yeah, I mean, like, Todrick's not winning. Player ranking for Celebrity Big Brother, it's going to be fun. I'm actually, I'm more interested in that than Australian Survivor. Even though it's a clusterfuck. Like, as of right now, I think Catan's going to be the bottom. But, I don't know, like, I think Teddy's above Mirai. see. Yeah, I think if Shayna wins a lot of, like, I think Shayna or Kirkpatrick, which I'm too fair, Shayna's definitely winning over Kirkpatrick. But I think if, like, one of those win, I think there's definitely going to be an anti-Todrick element of it there. Yeah, I think, like, it would be fun. Like, it would be funny to, like, see him, Dude, I don't think he would get that upset on the show. Like, he might be upset, like, post-show and everything, but I don't think it would be, like, a Frankie Grande situation where, like, you can visibly see Frankie's face when he's not in, like, the top 3.
Found something. I'm amazed this
Todrick probably wants to be remembered as one of the best to never win. Yeah, I could see that. I think that's kind of what he's, like, seeing his game as at this point. Because, again, it does seem like he is aware that he is not going to win a jury vote. So I think his best case scenario is, like, a Ross Matthews, where he is... I mean, like, Ross Matthews is essentially the Paul for Celebrity Big Brother, which, like, it's so funny that, like, Celebrity Big Brother is, like, kind of its own history within the course of Big Brother at this point, with, like, most of the people that are on the season having only watched the 2 Celebrity Big Brother seasons. So within that, I mean, like, from their point of view, like, Ross is that figure of this person that played, like, that essentially dominated the game, even though I think Ross has probably way more holes in his game than Paul does, but for all, let's just say dominates the game and then loses a jury vote. Like, I think Todrick is, like, heading in that direction. I mean, I think Ross mismanaged certain relationships. I think there's certain, like, I think in terms of him losing Shannon Elizabeth, I think he did do stuff wrong to lose Shannon Elizabeth. In terms of, like, Omarosa, it's like, I think that's probably a bit more of a question mark. And I think when it comes to, like, James Maslow, I think that's just ridiculous. Even though, I do think he could have answered his jury questions better, but, like, it is also kind of dumb. Because, like, the reason James Maslow doesn't vote for him is because Ross tried to take credit for something, right? That James looked at as his move. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, Chris Kattan should never have been on Celebrity Big Brother. Like, I mean, really, he just slept the majority of the time he was there.
Empty.
So it's like, I don't know why they... Like, and again, I'm not, like, saying this is bad on Chris Kattan. I'm saying this is bad on production. Like, they shouldn't have cast him. Like, I mean, they really, like, couldn't get any other, like, comedian to come on. Like, it's just, like, I don't know why they were... And it's not even Chris Kattan, someone that, like people were, like, dying for. So I don't know why they end up going with them.
It's a treasure.
Don't know why they didn't just get Johnny Bananas. I mean, like, I suspect that Big Brother production probably isn't that interested then, if they haven't gotten him by now. Because, like, Johnny Bananas has made it very clear that he is willing to do it. So it's for sure, like, they just don't want him.
What do you got?
The battalion money.
Vote on your Amazing Race Reddit post? About what?
Melted down the gold. Minted his own currency.
So based on
I mean, like, on paper, Chris Kattan is a good casting choice. The problem is that he's just not fit to play the game. Like on paper, like, he is a recognizable name. Again, he was on SNL during, like, what is, like, considered the prime of SNL. And obviously, like, he's a gettable person, unlike someone like a Will Ferrell, who's, like, from a similar era.
Is Avery?
So it's like, I mean, like, I fully get, like, why they did it on paper. It's just that, like, did they not screen these people? Like, did they not, like, realize that he can barely walk? Like, I don't know.
Treasure was already gone.
Yeah, because these guys had already taken it for themselves. Pirates.
Lamar H-Race, that'll be hilarious. Like, even Lamar winning this veto will be hilarious. Mind you, it's not the best scenario because, like, Todd is on the block. But if Todd and if Misha and Todrick had been on the block, like this would have been hilarious if Lamar won veto. But he's like, I don't think he would have used it. And then one of those, and then Misha would have went home, like accidentally.
Right there.
Where with Todd on the block, Lamar's probably going to use the veto on Todd, and through that they're going to be able to backdoor Shayna anyway. But still, it's like that was like very close to happening to where they because like Misha wanted herself and Todrick on the block, which is like asinine. It's really bad, but
That's where they live.
yeah, it's probably like I don't know. Like I still think like even though Todrick has had terrible jury management, but I do think Todrick is still the best player on the season. Like, it's like, I think the way that Todrick has maneuvered through the game is impressive. It's just that he's doing it in a way that burns jury votes. But I think, like, in comparison to, like, Amisha, like, who probably has more respect, like, I think Misha is terrible strategically. Like, she really has, like, terrible strategic ideas. And like she does have like a bit of like I guess she has some charisma to her. Like she's able to like she was able to build this like group around her.
Ready?
And like obviously like her being first HOH is an element of that. But like still, I mean she had like again she has Todrick, Todd, and Lamar all wanting to work with her. And while Lamar like recognized that she's a big threat, it's like he tried to make a final 2 deal with her the other day, and like she like doesn't commit to him, which is the asinine part of it.
All right. Now the
But yeah, I don't know.
Let's get up there.
If I were to say who's number 2, I mean like we'll have to see how the season plays out. And even with Todrick being number 1, we'll have to see how the season plays out. But like if Misha wins the season, then I would say Misha is probably number. Like if the season ends up being like Misha Todrick final 2. Misha wins. I'll probably have Todrick 1, Misha 2. But if Misha like goes home next week, or even goes home this week, then I think a lot of that is on Misha's end. Because that would mean because again like Misha should like Shayna should be on the block right now. Like the fact that Shayna is not on the block right now is like indictment on Misha because she's the one that brought up the idea to begin with of not putting Shayna on the block right away. So yeah, I think that's a massive knock against her if she goes home this week. To where like probably like a Carson would probably end up being number 2. I'm trying to think who else would be there. Cynthia, no. Lamar, no. Well, I mean, yeah, no, Lamar, no. Again, like, I talked about this earlier in stream. Like, Lamar's probably one of the more likely winners at this point. Where Lamar for sure wins a jury vote against anyone but Carson, I think. It's just, where am I supposed to go here? Whatever. It's just that obviously he's not playing the game that much. And also he has no real end game to him, really. Like, he's really banking on the fact that he wins Final HOH. Oh, it's up there.
Hey, you coming, Sam?
Right behind you.
All right.
I mean, no Celebrity Big Brother person is going on the challenge.
Hey. Jinx us.
I mean, really, Misha is the answer, but like, no one on Celebrity Big Brother is going on the challenge. And even Misha, like, I would not want to see her on the challenge, but she's the only one that I think could realistically be on the challenge.
Nathan.
But like with Lolo, it's the other way around though. Like Lolo was originally on a celebrity version of the challenge. Like, it's not like they randomly picked out Lolo to do a main series show. Like, she was originally on a celebrity version of the challenge.
Sure is excited. Need a lift? I love a lift. Come on, ready? Ready.
Would Todrick do it? Maybe.
All right. I found something. Hey, stand back.
Why do people hate Todrick? I mean, like, I think now there's a lot of warranted reason to hate Todrick. Again, like, he makes, I mean, he's just kind of a dick. I mean, again, like, he makes some really terrible comments about Shayna and Kirkpatrick. I will say that before the Kirkpatrick thing, though, like, I didn't find there to be that much to hate about Todrick. I know, like, outside the show, there's some controversies around him. But, like, within the, like, course of Celebrity Big Brother, I don't think there was that much to hate him for before the Kirkpatrick stuff. But, like, now the Kirkpatrick stuff and Shayna, then, yeah, I think it's fully warranted.
How long do you figure it'll take us to get the new debit?
Well, a couple hours. Depends on what or who we bump into.
I mean, he's essentially saying that, like, Shayna's a whore, essentially. And that, like, the only reason she is popular is due to the fact that she married a famous person, and I don't know, just comes off very misogynistic, a lot of the things he says about him.
Something tells me they've had enough of us. Really? Who gives you that idea?
Patrick stuff is that he, one, he's been saying, like, bad stuff about Kirkpatrick for a while. Like, ever since, like, he first noticed that Kirkpatrick is working against him, he's been, like, trying to demonify Kirkpatrick since then. And then, like, the day of Kirkpatrick going home, they had a one-on-one talk, which was essentially, like, Todrick trying to gaslight Kirkpatrick into thinking that, that this was all his fault. And, like, through that he was talking about, like, how Kirkpatrick is a terrible father and everything. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, what are we doing here? They demonize, that's the... oh, yeah, and yeah, he's using, okay... Can I not climb up there? Okay, well, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, like, I think Todrick over the course of the last, like, week or so has really gone downhill from the unlikability point of view. So where, like, again, people were hating him before that, but, like, I feel like at this point it's a lot more warranted to not like him from a personal standpoint. The AU episode, I felt like it was very underwhelming. And the way they, like, promoted it made it seem like we were going to get, like, a really massive blindside, but instead it's, like, a very obvious Sandra boot with Nina voting Sandra out, which is, like, something we've seen before. And even then it's a very, it's a nothing thing. Like, it's really just, them putting a vote, on their loved one because they were already going home. Like, it really is a nothing thing. Yeah, Sandra's number one of the people eliminated. And to be honest, it's not really close. Like, even though I do have gripes with Sandra's game on this season, in the sense that, like, it's not necessarily I have issues with it, it's just I feel like the editing overstated it. But, like, she's still number one by a lot on the current player ranking. Why did Sandra get voted on day 16? I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with her current status in the game. Like, the way that she currently plays the game is that she is essentially, like, this person who, coming into the game, has this, like... I don't know how to really phrase it. It's like, one, I think it's that she is very good at building personal connections that allow her to remain safe in the modern day with, like, these earlier tribes. But the problem is that when you swap, you're not going to have that time to rebuild those relationships. And through that, they're really just thinking about how big of a threat she is over how much they want to keep her around due to their relationships with her. Also, I feel like there's an element of a meat shield like thing nowadays with her. Where, like, they know how big a target she is, and because they want to keep her around. I think that was a large element of her staying around for so long on this season. And also Winners at War. And to a degree, game changers. But that's the thing about Sandra, is that, like, to me, like, my opinion of Sandra's game, like, does not really change no matter how many times she plays from this point forward. Because, like, I don't think we're gonna get a pure Sandra game beyond Heroes vs. Villains. Like, to me, it's like, after Heroes vs. Villains, she always has this built-in target of her being Sandra, the queen of Survivor, which is a double-edged thing. It's a thing that, like, puts a target on her because she is the queen, but also puts this massive element of her being a meat shield, which also protects her to a degree. Like, it's kind of the same thing with Boston Rob on Winners at War, where it's like Boston Rob, like, still makes it to, 5th place, or 5th boot, or whatever, on its season, despite how massive of a target he was coming into it. And a lot of that is because, again, they wanted to use Boston Rob as a meat shield. And the same thing with Boston Rob, he gets taken out right after the swap, because the appeal of that isn't as great on people that you don't have the, like, personal connections that you're able to build on your initial tribes with. And, like, I think the same thing goes with just anyone that comes in that massive of a target on their back. No, I mean, no, she isn't. I mean, like, to be honest, I would probably change some things on the winner player ranking just in general. But I would say that, like, Sandra, my opinion of Sandra has not changed since the beginning of this season on how I think about her as a player. Oh, wait, we're already at this part? Oh. Because this is where we
You're fast.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Hey, forget about her.
We got here way quicker than I thought we were. Is this Sandra's best season? No. By the way, I think it's ridiculous that, like, people are, like, as high as they are in Sandra's game this season. Like, it, again, like, there are impressive elements to it, but, like, people are talking about it as if, like, she's the best player of the season, which, again, is ridiculous to me.
All of you.
No.
But, yeah, I mean, like, this is not Sandra's best
About
season.
him, Nadine. These guys don't kill anyone in cold blood. It's just not their style.
Like, even though, like, as many faults I have with her Pearl Islands game, I still think Pearl Islands is her best season.
I die, you both die.
So be it.
Not another step.
If not, if you want to add in, like, the screwed over element of it, I think Game Changers is more impressive to me than like, this season is very similar to Game Changers, but, like, she was more, the thing is, like, again, Game Changers is a game that she's playing out in front. This is more so a game where she's playing more so from behind, and is very good at adapting and really that's, like, one of Sandra's best elements, that how she adapts to situations that she's put in. But again, like, I find Game Changers more impressive to me
Samuel.
than this season.
I guess you knew this moment was coming, huh?
Hey, come on, man. You already got us.
I think if I'm going on paper, like, I like, if we're, like, not taking the edit into consideration or anything, I would still say Mark and Sam are both playing better games than Sandra. And I think Sam in particular, I think Sam is probably playing, up until this point, like, from a pure, like, game standpoint, I would say Sam is playing the best game.
You want to find Avery's treasure? We'll help you find it.
I'm thinking, like, Mark is also, like, I'm too, like, I think Sam's probably more leading things than Mark is, though. But Mark is, like, really well positioned, based on what we know about the game.
Shows on this guy.
Just enough to
When do Mel and Josh get content? Probably never. It would not surprise me if Mel and Josh literally never get content until they get voted out. That is Australian Survivor for you.
He owes him a lot of money.
Who's the best quitter? Possibly Nyanka, but like, I haven't looked at the list.
I'm the one that got Samuel out.
And if we're talking about US, at least.
Oh.
Like, in terms of overall gameplay,
Wow. What did he tell you?
then, like, gameplay, I should say gameplay on that season,
Did you cook up?
I
Really?
think
Lied.
it is
Baby brother.
We're wasting time.
Just a
probably
second.
Nyanka. If we're talking about, like, overall
Thing is,
gameplay ability and everything,
I
then,
never
like,
stopped looking for Avery's
probably
treasure.
Sandra, right?
I just
Because,
keep
like,
running into these dead
because of Winners at War.
And then I hear that called Samuel Drake, an authority on Avery, is alive.
Look, I'm trying to look. This is kind of a fucked list. The Survivor Wiki list of quitters.
There was no break.
Because it includes like all the international versions, including like all these other random versions of the show
The last 2 years
that aren't in English.
Christmas cross. You know what? He did it all with me.
Yeah, like in terms of the games they play on that season, I think it is Neonka.
Sam, care to refute?
Nate. Oh, Sam.
People are calling the twins the Invisi Twins. It's kind of funny.
Avery's treasure was ours.
I like even Michelle. Like she obviously got content in this last episode, but she's still like, it's pretty much got nothing.
Hey, look, Nate. If it's any consolation, he duped me too. He pulled it.
Oh, I'm doing that video. Actually, is that on the schedule? Like, I know I wanted to do it. Is what if every player was on the jury for Survivor?
All behind us now.
You don't deserve it.
Yeah, it is on the schedule, so I am doing it. I am waiting for 42 though to finish before making it.
Ruth,
What?
But yeah, I am doing that.
or I will.
When's the runner-up ranking dropping? It is this
I
Saturday.
heard the lady.
By the way, I think what I'm gonna do.
Kiss that treasure goodbye.
I think this Wednesday I'm gonna drop my Marquesas retrospective,
Dead ends.
which was not the plan, and it's very early.
Us.
Like it's like 2 weeks early, but I'm thinking that I'm just gonna do it, just because one, who fucking cares? Like I don't think anyone really cares that it's like released that close to the actual anniversary.
Just need Sam.
Wait, now you're making a
But it's
mistake.
like it's just, like this is the time, like the best time to do it. Because like next week, like I'm expecting that after next week's worth of episodes for Australian Survivor, we're gonna be at the merge. So there'll be mid-season power ranking. Oh, Celebrity Brothers gonna end, so we'll have that review. I'm assuming we're getting a BB Can cast next week as well. So that's 3 extra videos there. To where it's like, it feels weird to also have the Marquesas retrospective, which is like an hour and a half long video, releasing alongside those videos.
There it is.
So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then also my Nier Automata retrospective, which is the video that was going to be this Wednesday. The actual anniversary is next Wednesday anyway. So it's like, I think that's what I'm going to do, is that this week will be the Marquesas retrospective. Even though it's way early, I think it makes more sense to do it now.
And here we are.
And then, yeah, the global runner-up ranking will be this Saturday.
Where do we even start?
And then Nier Automata will be next Wednesday. And then, again, like, there'll be 3 extra videos. Well, I mean, it'll be 3 videos over the course of that week as well. With, like, Celebrity Big Brother technically being the Saturday video. But Australian Survivor mid-season power ranking will probably be on Thursday. Probably. Which, by the way, if that is... so, again, like, the episodes are Sunday through Tuesday. That means that I should be able to record it on Wednesday, and like that would mean I have to edit it in one day, which would probably, and that'll be the finale day also for Celebrity Big Brother, won't it? So we might start streaming very, very late that day if that is what the plan is going to be. But yeah, like again, like that video would need to come out before Sunday. Which means it could be a Saturday video, but that would mean delaying my Celebrity Big Brother season review. But also, that would also mean it only has 1 day of being relevant, which is kind of weird. So, like, I'd rather just release it on, like, Thursday, like I did last season. But then also, we're gonna have the BB Can 10 cast as well at some point that week. So, again, there's a lot of stuff going on next week, so that's the thing. Merge at 12 or 13, probably 13, right? I forgot. What did we merge at last time for for Brains vs. Brawn? Let's see. We merged at 13, so I think probably around there here as well. Was there a move to target Sandra? Yes. Again, even though there is there is this element of like using her as a shield. The problem is that Sandra's also like a very capable player, to where if you let her get that leverage, then she's probably going to be able to make something out of it. And especially for these people who had no connection to Sandra, like the people that were on the original Blue Tribe, for sure, it's their best move to get rid of Sandra. And I know that I saw a post on the Australian Survivor Reddit of like talking about how this is stupid of them to get rid of Sandra from the Blue Tribe perspective, because like their loved ones are aligned with Sandra. Like that's a fucking dumb like thing to even mention. Like that makes no sense. Because at that point that means that like no one can get rid of Sandra then. Oh, fuck off. Okay, that was just me being an idiot. Is he gonna come back down? He is. That's funny. Nina voting out her mom was pointless. Yes, it was. Again, just like Sierra voting out her mom, they were both pointless. Like all they do is just make you seem more in line with the majority. But also, I don't think it's like obviously that's a very warranted situation for you not to be. Why can't I jump this? Do I have to go from here? Okay, there we go. But obviously, that's like a very warranted situation to be voting not with your alliance. When it's your mom that's about to be voted out. I already answered. I think we're going to merge at 13.
Spooky.
Oh, here. I brought a spare.
Again, like, Sandra's not a shield for Jordy.
So, are we looking for any particular room?
Just keep
like, if anything, like, Sandra's probably going to eventually target Jordy.
Kind of research papers, you know?
Nothing in here.
Oh, no, I hate Shayna voting out Chris. In terms of, like, the entire plot, the entire thing of them, like, of her using the Vito and Carson to put up Chris is asinine. Like, it's terrible gameplay. You're getting rid of your closest ally in the game. One of the only people that is actively going to take you to Final 2, in order to save Carson, a person who has a very close Final 2, and is someone that's also, like, not that much, like, better for you in the game. In terms of, like, again, like, I guess he's better at competitions. Obviously, he did win this HOH. But also, it's like, then, like, Chris Kirkpatrick would just become the next shield for her instead of Carson. Like, it doesn't make that big of a difference. Like, really, it's terrible gameplay on Shayna's end. And that's why I'm also talking about with Shayna, is like, where I don't think she's the greatest player. It's like, this is, like, an astronomically bad move. Her using the veto on Carson and getting rid of Kirkpatrick in that situation. And again, like RGP mentioned this, and like I think it's something I was even thinking at the time. It's like it's essentially like them regretting not making the move against Todrick at the during Chris's HOH, and like because they regret it, they were like very like they were really happy to like pull the trigger next time they could, even though it was like the wrong time to do it. Where like it makes no sense for them to be going so far out of their way to be keeping Carson in that round. What am I doing? Do I actually have to look around? But it's really like, it's just, again, like getting rid of your closest ally in the game is not worth keeping around someone that is like slightly better in challenges.
Nope.
I mean, it would have been good if Todd went out, but I also don't think it's worth the risk. Especially because, like, it makes no sense for them to put up Todd. Like, they mentioned it once, like, in the kitchen, and, like, Chris heard it, and, like, that's why they were so gung-ho on it, but, like Todrick very easily convinced Misha to not do it. Like, it's not like it was... And it makes no logical sense for her to be putting up Todd, either. So again, just this entire situation of them really banking on the fact that she was going to backdoor or like put up Todd is really ridiculous to me too. But in the situation of her voting out Chris, like, again, didn't matter, obviously.
They're looking pretty, you're gonna help me search.
I mean, like, it's in, like, in most situations with, oh, I'm supposed to go here.
How do we find them?
Like, I think just in general, this, like, concept of,
She always used that
oh,
awful
voting
white
with the
leather
majority, to, like, voting off your ally to be, like, part of the majority, like, it's mostly, like, a mute thing. I think same thing goes with, like, Chris voting out Sarge in Vanuatu.
Here we go.
Like, the show really
White
tries to
leather.
play it up.
Sam,
It's
I
like, it
think I
also,
found
like,
one.
doesn't really matter. Like, they were already going to be
No.
keeping, Chris
Old
around
ones.
over
Good
Chad.
idea, though.
Like, it almost never actually plays an effect on anything.
Hey, Sam.
I see you later,
Crazy,
Waluigi.
but this looks like a Ming Dynasty vase.
Nathan, who in their right mind would have a Ming Dynasty vase just sitting around like that?
I mean, the thing with Chris, though, is, like,
Knockoff of some
Chris
kind.
wasn't trying to win the
is,
game. I think that, like, that's the issue with Chris, that he was very much just trying... Like, at that point, he wanted Todrick and Misha to not win. Which, by the way, failed at that. But also, like, he... Oh, okay, what the fuck is going on? He's very much, like, in this, like, mindset of, like, he needs the good people to win.
Let's do it together.
And that he needs, like, to play the game with, like, integrity or whatever. And I think a lot of that comes from, like, the,
What the hell?
what was it? It was the first week, right? With,
Some sort of...
I forgot, what happened with the Mirai thing? There was something with Mirai, I don't even remember anymore. That caused them to really be hung up on the integrity thing.
Sarcophagi.
But I think, like, ever since, like, week 2, he's really been, like, hung up on playing with integrity.
This is real.
And I don't think he was, like, actively trying to win anymore.
What is this place? Huh? Let's go find out.
Mirai said he peeped on her in a shower.
Oh, this one's Roman.
I'd be surprised at that.
3rd, maybe 4th century.
I mean, like, I think Chris wanted his side to win more so than he wanted himself as an individual to win. Especially by his final week. Because again, like, that's the entire thing of, like, him letting Shannon use the veto. Like, if he wanted to win, he would not have, like, if he wanted himself to win, he would not have let that happen.
Always was.
Chris Kattan's quitting reminds you of Gabe's quit from BB Australia. It doesn't really to me. Or, like, I think Chris Kattan is, like, a lot of that is, like, more so physicality thing. Like, I think just in general, like, his body couldn't handle it. And also, like, he mentally couldn't handle it either. But, like, Gabe to me is just, like, again, obviously, like, he was just, like, not really in it mentally. But, like, I think it's kind of a different situation.
Nice.
Where it's like, I don't think Chris Kattan could physically even play the game.
Man, what I wouldn't give to get an invite like this.
Yeah, we didn't know about that. That there was like a false false positive with Chris, right? That caused him to go into a hotel room.
So where are we going?
Huh?
Which happened like the day before feeds started, which is supposedly why the feeds didn't turn on
Anywhere?
Anywhere.
on the night of the premiere.
Okay, well. Here we go. India.
Yeah, we'll visit the Taj Mahal.
Kattan would have done great on the wall. I mean, if great you mean like fall after 1 second, then yeah. I mean, yeah, 100% is the factor. Is him still being injured from his neck injury. Mary from Amazing Race 2? Which one's Mary? Oh, Mary and Peach, right? Yeah, I don't remember anything about Mary as an individual racer. Yeah, I think Misha is like a solid, I guess, Celebrity Big Brother player. Like probably like a very average player in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I think strategically she has no clue what she's doing, which is like her main issue. Where like socially she has her flaws. Like I mean, definitely people like Shayna and Cynthia don't love Misha, but like she also like is able to have like Todrick be 100% loyal to her, and then had like Todd be loyal to her, and Lamar to a degree. So it's like that's obviously like good. And obviously physically she's like above everyone else on the cast. Mind you, again, it's mostly a cast of people in their late 40s and 50s. But again, she's still like really good physically here. But again, I just think strategically she's just playing terribly. Again, if she goes home this week, it's fully on her for like suggesting that Shayna shouldn't go on the block.
A smile, all right?
Initially, and that they should backdoor Shayna when there's 6 people playing in Vita. We're at Final 7. What do you mean trying to backdoor Shayna? Like literally one person doesn't play. Like you're really banking on Shayna not getting picked?
Okay. Up here.
Like it's really ridiculous. This entire like plan.
Oh no!
Do I have a user flare on the challenge sub? No. I don't think I have a user flare anywhere. Maybe because I don't like post on Reddit. I more so just read things on Reddit. Is it true that BvWP 2 isn't happening? I haven't heard that. I know it got confirmed for season 2 last year. But yeah, I haven't like kept up to date on anything. I know as of last year there was going to be a season 2. Thoughts on Big T? I think she's fun. Like I think she's like one of these people that like I think up until Double Agents I was like really like high on Big T in terms of character. I think at this point I don't need to see Big T again. I feel like Double Agents is kind of the peak of her storyline where like I don't know what else she has to give considering she's not winning a season. Like I love Big T but like she's not winning. So it's like when she's not going to win, it's like why are we bringing her back over and over and over and over again?
It's like a hospital in here.
It's like kind of like the Anissa thing, though I think Anissa's better TV. Where like at least Anissa like causes a lot of drama. Like BT doesn't really even cause that much drama. She's just kind of a likable figure. So it's like at the point where like again she's not going to win, doesn't really bring that much drama. It's like I feel like we don't need to see Big T again. But yeah, I do like her though.
So, anything?
Didn't see any journals.
Alright, well, we still got the other locked door, so come on.
Anyone who isn't there to win feels like a wasted spot. I mean, that's like the majority of the house. Like the only people that are there to win are what? Shayna, Todrick, and Misha. And actually, Todrick at this point isn't even like Todrick knows he's not going to win. So it's like, I mean, at this point, like Misha and Shayna, with Shayna on her way out. So it's like,
Wow.
oh, I actually picked the right one first. Okay. Fine.
Sam.
Yeah, I mean, modern Anissa's even not that good. Which is like my issue with Anissa now. Is that Anisha doesn't even start drama anymore. But like I think Anissa during like Battle of the Bloodlines and Dirty 30, like I think at that point she was still good TV. So I was still fine with that. But yeah, like at this point, she's not bringing much. Got confirmation that Tully will be on Big Brother Australia 2002. Which one's Tully? But either way, like, didn't they film it already?
Bridges of Paradise?
Because, like, I know 2021 was filmed in 2020. So, like, I would not be surprised if 2022 is already filmed. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It was filmed in October to December. So yeah, it's already filmed. So yeah, I'm interested in the season, even though like obviously I'm not a big BvW person.
Avery. Gunsway heist.
In terms of like the history of the show, I do think it'll be interesting to see some of these people back. And again, Tim Dormer's supposedly there too, so that alone should be fun.
I've never seen this one.
Yeah, me either. But that's definitely Mom's handwriting.
Put up your hands.
Do a sequel to top 25 seasons of reality television, where I do top 25 players.
Hey, you keep your gun on me. Give me.
Maybe, but it's like it's kind of a tough list to put together, where it's like it has to be like relative to the show.
I'm sorry, Nathan.
Where it's like, I'm trying to think, who's my Big Brother list again? It's like it's Dan, Derek, Cody.
So what now?
He's like, I feel like Survivor, like we're doing, and also, yeah, actually, it just doesn't really work that well. Because like when we're doing like a Survivor list, like it's almost all Survivor US at the top. That's why I haven't done a top players, like a global player rankings, because like all the top players are US. Like the top like 6 players, I think, are US. So it's like, it's not that interesting. Like, and then with Big Brother, it's like, it's not that dissimilar to the same thing. Like, I mean, I think like Dane and Anthony are like kind of high, but like, it's also like just not that interesting.
That's nothing to do with this. What?
I'm talking about Survivor with top 6. But it's like, the list as a whole just isn't that interesting. So it's like, just like merging those two lists together, and then like I don't know what other shows we would add, but like I don't know, I just don't think a top 25 player list is like that interesting, because like a lot of it's just really arbitrary, and then
Hi.
My God.
yeah, it's just like I just feel like a lot of the list doesn't really blend together that well. I am at the beginning of World of the Worlds.
Do you mind?
World of Worlds 1, obviously. So yeah, I watched the Bananas elimination. That's where I'm at. Which is strong. Again, it's a solid start to the season. I would not be surprised if my opinion on the season goes up after a rewatch.
I'm a collector of sorts.
Thoughts on the 4-year anniversary of the Challenge channel? I don't know what that really means. Are you higher on World of the World? I mean, like, so far, like, again, through 3 episodes, I think it is. Like, yeah, I guess. But it's like, it doesn't really, again, like, it's 3 episodes of what, like a 17-episode season or something like that?
We could have accomplished
so we'll see how the season goes on. To me, like, I remember liking the beginning of it. I felt like the back half was what I didn't like.
I'm sorry.
Like, I didn't like the shift to individual format.
Happened a long time ago.
And I felt like the season got boring after that, but we'll see.
Of all her discoveries, this would have been her crowning achievement.
Oh, I've been saying this for a while. I think Mark is the winner of Australian Survivor.
Greatness from small beginnings.
And for, like, up until this last episode, I don't think it was, like, that close. Like, I thought it was, like, very clearly Mark. At this point, like, again, Mark, Sam, Nina, I think are the top 3. I think any of those 3 are, like, the potential winner.
Did she ever tell you her theories?
But, like, I don't think anyone else has a shot.
Drake and his heirs. Sir Francis Drake didn't have any heirs.
But I'm still I would still put my money on Mark.
But your mother and I believed otherwise. Learning that old pirate.
I'm definitely higher on Free Agent, on Final Reckoning than World of the Worlds. Again, I am very high on Final Reckoning after the rewatch. Again, I have it at number 4 right now. Like, I really love Final Reckoning, even though it's a bloated mess. It's a fun mess. Do I think Tim Dormer is the best player to never win Big Brother Canada? No. Like, not even close, really.
Who knows? Perhaps one day you.
Like, I think the game that he played is better than his ability as a player. To a degree, I guess. So it's like, the thing with Tim is that I think he is a mediocre strategic player. Like, he is an active strategic player, but he also, like, doesn't play well strategically. He is good socially. He's really good socially, and again, physically, he can win comps. But even then, he wasn't able to beat the Pax Pros and Kelsey when he needed to. And a lot of that was because he was unwilling to study for mental comps. But yeah, I mean, like in terms of like overall player, like not really close. Like Anthony's for sure number one, and it's, like I think that in itself is not really close. But then yeah, Emmett, and then probably Netta. Then like I mean, you can maybe argue that he's next. But to be honest, I don't remember my BB Cam player ranking.
Yeah, we need to get the hell out of here.
Just leave her here.
There's nothing we can do for her. Right? We have to run. If the cops find us here, then this. Nathan, we gotta go right now.
4-year anniversary. I think I'm doing the global final juror ranking. I think that's what I have listed.
Window, come on.
Obviously, it's subject to change, but I think that's what I currently have on here. Yeah. But then again, I also have, I'm also doing the BB, and this is not really for the anniversary, but like these are like pretty close together. Is that, and then I'm also doing a ranking of every BB Can player. After, so that'll be before BB Can 11. Is currently the plan to do that. Because what, it's gonna be like 90-ish players, right? Something like that. Actually, no, it's more than that, isn't it? Either way, it's like 100 something, right?
Just jump.
But anyway, it's something that's like doable. Even though it's a lot, it's doable. And also, like, I'm not gonna go as in detail.
The chimney. Come on.
Coming.
But again, it's not like Survivor US or BBUS or whatever. That would be like these much grander projects. Or even like Australian Survivor at this point would be pretty long too. Because that's 24 people a season, right?
Okay.
I mean, that's the flaw of BB Camp 3, is how there was like a twist every week. I still like BB Camp 3 though. But yeah, I mean, that is like the biggest issue with it. Oh yeah, and obviously Heather's number one. Favorite team on Amazing Race? I'm probably calling Christy. But like Charlotte and Myrna are up there from like a TV standpoint. I feel like Chip and Kim are up there too. Like I think like again like those are probably three of my favorite teams. They're all on Amazing Race 5.
Oh shit.
Game. Thank you. Bern and Rachel are fun TV. Justin and Diana are fine. I mean, like, I would personally like put like I mean, like, I mean, they're good, but yeah, like I would like say like I like Flo and Zach, and like Tar and Will, and like teams like that more than Justin and Diana. But yeah, like I'm talking about from like a TV perspective, more so than like from as racers sort of perspective. I mean, to me, like, come on in is, like, just a very, like, inoffensive thing. Like, I really don't care. But yeah, I didn't notice that JLP now says come on in. Like, it does feel weird. Like, it does feel like there should be, like, an extra, like, phrase. But, like, at the end of the day, again, like, it's a pretty inoffensive thing. Man. Oh, yeah, Natalie and Nadia were fun, too.
Hold on tight.
Team Fun are fine. Like, I mean, they're kind of like like, I mean, they're above average, but they're not like my favorite team or anything.
I'd say we're clear. But we catch our breath for a second.
What tribe do you think will be the most entertaining? Let's look up the tribes. Let's see.
Some night, huh?
I'm not.
If I can get the right thing up.
That old lady.
There we go.
Hey. Hey, you listen to me. That
Yeah, I'm
was
gonna
no
talk
folk back
over
there. That
the
lady,
origin of the Drake name. That's something.
She was selling sick.
Let's see.
It's okay to feel
Vati.
bad, but there was nothing we could do about it.
And Vati has like Daniel, Hi, goddammit, and Mike, who are all like should be entertaining. I'm kind of like a bit like unsure about Chanel. Jenny, I'm expecting to be kind of boring, and Lydia is like kind of whatever. But yeah, I think like 3 of the more entertaining guys in the field are on that tribe, so that's something.
That's us.
Rupert and Laura, yeah, I forgot about Rupert and Laura. Rupert and Laura are amazing TV on Amazing Race. And they only lasted 2 episodes, but while they were there, they were great TV. I feel like it's not the Taku tribe.
I didn't know what that meant.
I mean, I guess it matters like how much, like how entertaining is Jonathan gonna be? Like I suspect he's gonna be like a likable douchebag, but like we still don't really know.
With brand new identities.
What are you talking about?
I know some guys.
Actually, Ica really does feel like the like.
Now, as for our new name,
like a clusterfuck of a tribe.
Mom believes that Sir Francis Drake had heirs. Who's to say?
But yeah, I think probably the answer is Fati. Just because I feel like the 3 guys on there are like really, really strong from a character standpoint. It seems like they're going to be. And then you have like Lydia, who seems like could be fun too. And then Chanel, again, like I feel like it's a bit of an unknown. And then you have like Jenny, who's Jenny.
So what do you say? Nathan Drake?
If Roddy simply lied to Amy and stayed in the game and happened to win BB3, where do you rank him? Like, if Roddy wins BB3, he would be relatively high. Like, I always found BB3 kind of a confusing season in terms of, like, its actual dynamics. Where, like, I never fully understood the dynamic between, like, the Eric, Lisa, Kiara, Roddy, and, like, Josh, like, sort of side of things. Like, I never really got, like, how well positioned people were within that. And, like, how much, like, real control they really had. Because, like, obviously, like, Daniel and Jason ended up, like, taking control of the entire season. But I don't know, like, I just don't really get, like, how together they really were, considering, like, they don't vote together at multiple points throughout the season. So it's, like, I don't know how much of a, like, true, like, leader figure Roddy would have been within that group.
With you, I doubt that that's it.
But it's like it's also weird. Like he gets nominated against Josh, like Kiara, his own girlfriend. It's like I feel like there's a lot of like wonkiness with that season. That I am going to do a BB3 retrospective this year and a player ranking. And I do intend on doing some research when doing that, like in terms of like figuring some of this stuff out. But like I would say Roddy would be like at least a middle tier winner.
How did you find me anyway?
Like at least in the like the Jackson sort of world, like probably above it.
No, I mean, how did you?
Oh, Josh is gonna be something.
Of course.
Yeah, it has not aged well. A lot of that.
How's he doing? Oh, you know.
I heard that Jonathan's a jerk on Endurance. Again, I never watched Endurance. Was he on the Endurance? Is where John A comes from, right?
What do you mean? I'll let Nate tell you.
Like, were they on the same season?
Hey, pal.
She is Endurance, right? Yeah. She won Endurance.
What happened to Sam?
Rafe's got him.
Wait, there were 6 seasons of Endurance. I didn't realize there were that many.
Yeah, they're headed to the northern side of the island. See if you can find a place to set down over there. Once we get Sam, we're gonna need.
I kind of want to watch Endurance. Like, it also just feels weird though to watch a show about kids. I just feel like that just seems weird to me.
There is no Alcazar.
But it would be interesting to see like John A. On Endurance as a kid.
The escape?
Yeah, Sam made it all up. What an asshole, right? Look, I'll fill you in on everything when I see you.
Trying to look up.
Yeah, I can't wait. be safe down there.
You know
What
us.
season Jonathan was on? Oh, he was on like the last season.
JJ.
Okay. Actually, I forgot. Yeah, he's only 29 now, isn't he? I forgot. He's not even that old. Yeah, I see you, Bryce.
Thanks for saving me.
I mean, like, in general, this is not a good season of Big Brother to me.
I almost didn't this time.
But it's not, like, a terrible season either. I think it's, like, on par with the other celebrity seasons.
I got us a ride.
Yeah, Real World. Like, Janae from The Challenge and everything. Yeah. That's where she was on Endurance when she was a kid.
Treasure's probably there. Just need to save Sam before they find it.
I think Jordan's someone that, like, coming into any season is very dangerous.
Look.
I think Jordan's, like, an almost guaranteed win if he makes a final.
I borrowed it from your shoreline friends.
You slid all the way down from there?
Yeah, it was the quickest way to get down to you. Now we just
But obviously, like, Jordan is,
another way
like,
back
a
up.
person that, like, is pretty much missing a hand. And through that, obviously, comes a lot of disadvantages in terms of, like, certain challenges. Which, that's obviously, like, probably, like, the biggest issue with him. Why I think Big Brother doesn't always have subtitles, just because I don't think they need it. And to be honest, even with Survivor, like I feel like the initial, like, reason they had titles was because they were going to different locations. But then once they stopped going to different locations, they felt the need to still have titles.
Have you been here long?
But, like, I think, like, really if it was a show that, like, just took place on one island and never moved, I feel like we would just be getting Survivor 1, Survivor 2, Survivor 3. Like, in a similar way to Big Brother. And, like, dude, for Big Brother even then, like, has themes.
So, did Sully fill you in on the deal with
Wait, how far away are we from the end? We might actually finish the game tonight. I did not expect to get this far, this quickly. We're only 2 hours in the stream.
Just about covers it.
Had some time to kill on the flight over.
Let's see. I'm trying to look on my previous playthrough. Because, like, I feel like I don't know if I really want to, though. Because, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much, because, like, since this is all in one game, I can finish this game and then start Lost Legacy in a single stream. So it doesn't really matter too much.
Wow. Is that
But, yeah, I do miss the titles. Like, I did, I'm someone that I do remember all the titles of the seasons, and, like, I do correlate those with the numbers and everything, and, yeah, I'm gonna miss it. But, like, I get why they changed it. Because, like, the names were getting ridiculous. Again, HHH to me is still, like, the dumbest fucking... I mean, to the point where I never fucking say the full title. And I don't think anyone ever does. Because it's such a dumb name. Do you video where you come up with subtitles for Big Brother seasons? Yeah, like, I feel like I remember a Reddit post where someone already did that. And, but yeah, like, I mean, some of them did have subtitles, especially early on, right? Like BB9 was Till Death Do Us Part, BB4 was The X Factor, BB6 was Summer of Secrets, BB5 was, what was it, Project DNA? Yeah, like, I mean, like, earlier seasons did have, these sort of themes, at least BB4 on. I forgot, did BB-8 have one? Like, obviously we got these, like, rivals, I guess. But, like, I forgot if it actually had, like, a name.
It's too high. Let's find another way up. There's gotta be something around here.
I mean, like, BB9 is complete trash TV. Like, it's very trashy TV. And, like, I find that, like, interesting. Like, it feels very different for a Big Brother season. And also, a lot of that also comes from the fact that it was essentially an extra season that they filmed because the writer's strike. But yeah, I mean, it's a bizarre season, but it is a season that I do have some reference
Great.
for. I feel like BB is in desperate need of casting. I'm like, I'm not dying for it. I feel like, again, like, I did really like the cast of BB-23. Obviously, it plays out in the way that it plays out. But I do think if this was like a time where like the like I don't know, like the social climate was like in a bit of a different spot where like it didn't feel as necessary for them to create the cookout, then I do think it could have been a really great season. Pull it here, right? It's a writer strike. That means that like all these scripted shows that have writers, like the Writers Guild, essentially got upset that they weren't getting paid enough, so they refused to write for all the scripted shows, which meant that all these networks had no scripted shows to put on TV. So because of that, they put reality TV shows on TV. There we go. War of the Worlds 2 cast. For women, it's mostly the same, right? Oh, wait, this is like the actual cast is the same. It's just like who declined and stuff. I still can't believe Dave Vaughn only did 2 seasons. I feel like that's such a travesty. Which obviously that's on her end, like she doesn't want to do it, but like she's had such a major impact on like the 2 seasons she did do. It is weird to me that she didn't end up doing more.
Whoa. Hey, nice jump.
Not bad, right?
Way to go, Nate. Piss a girl like that off. Idiot.
Come on, I'll meet you around.
Like I don't know how much like credence I'd really put into that with the Camilla thing.
I'm okay. Sort of.
I mean, like I don't think Camilla is like on a hard ban to where like they're never gonna bring Camilla back for sure. I mean, like to be honest, I think now it's probably more guaranteed. But like I think at that point, like I think it's more so like an issue of like they don't want to deal with Camilla more so than they're unwilling to put her on TV. Where like I think now, like I think mixing in the fact that the like the Leroy situation's been a bit of a bigger thing now and whatnot, it's like I don't think they're bringing her back.
Going up?
Oh, fuck off! Really? I mean, All-Star, yeah, I think it's like an arbitrary term at this point. I think in, like, initially, in terms of, like, what it means in terms of, like, within sports, it means a good player. But I think within reality TV, it essentially just means, like good TV, essentially. Okay, did I really just do the same thing again? Well, that's cool.
Looks like a dead end.
Well, maybe the elevator still works.
I doubt it. 300 years old. Been exposed to the weather, and who knows if it ever would. Oh, look, it works.
I mean, like, yeah, like, BB-22 is supposed to be people who had something to prove. I mean, that's pretty much because they couldn't get people that they really wanted. How do we get on this, then? Like, because I am supposed to jump onto this, right? Yeah. Why did I die the other 2 times? Whatever.
Next floor, menswear.
The fact that this works, it's kind of incredible.
Yeah, like Challenge All Stars is like people from older seasons, kind of.
I'll just
Like until it's not. Until it's like people from like seasons like 2 years ago. Or 4 years ago, or whatever it was. Kayla. And Sylvia. Okay, like, what is this? I mean, realistically, All-Star really just means whoever they want to bring back and can bring back. Come on. Oh, sure, I killed. I'm a fucking idiot.
nice moves, hon.
Nothing to it.
Yeah, and also, like, who's a good player is also a bit up to interpretation.
Right. Good idea.
Where, like, I think production definitely thinks certain people are better players than what I would think that they are.
Oh, we're getting some exercise at least, right?
And the thing is, like, was Sylvia even carried by Joss? Like, I think they were both kind of carried. Like, they both, like, didn't really do much on that season. Yeah, I think that's why I've been talking about All-Stars 3. I think Challenge All-Stars 3 is one of the best casts ever put together for a challenge. And, like, if Bananas had been on it, it would have been even more insane. But, like, I don't know how great it is as a Challenge All-Stars cast in terms of what the initial concept was supposed to be. Of, like, these people from the original, like, Real World Road Rules, like, sort of seasons. Like, now at the point that we're, like, bringing back Kayla and Sylvia, like, who are on very recent seasons. And again, even Jordan and whatnot, it's like, again, it becomes very murky to me, but, it's still, like, an incredible cast, though. Oh, yeah, I did see that. Bananas pretty much confirmed he's gonna be on the challenge. But again, like, it's, like, also, like, so blatantly so that it's, like, would he even be allowed to? Like, I guess, like, back in the day, it's like it would be like kind of obvious that Bananas could be on, but like still, like it feels weird that like he pretty much confirmed like 100% I'm going to be on the challenge in his podcast. So that'd be funny if All-Star 3 ends up being like really shit. I suspect it's not going to be, considering how much they've been hyping it up, and even Gamer has been kind of hyping it up. So like I suspect it's going to be really good. Well, we'll see. Wow, okay. Cool. Oh yeah, and Jordan's an incredible competitor, again. It's just he's not a likable person. Climb, please? Thank you.
Wait. Give me that.
Right side, Nate.
I mean, I supposedly, Bananas had, like, some contractual issues, right? With All-Stars 3? That's supposedly the reason he had to drop out? Because I mean, to me, like, I would not be surprised if Bananas would have won All-Stars 3 if he was on it. Mind you, like, I don't know how in shape he's still. Like, I don't know if he's been keeping up in the, what, 2 years since this last season? But if he's in the shape that he was in Total Madness, like, I think he probably still wins an All-Star season. Like, I don't know if he can win a modern season, like a main show season at this point. Considering even Total Madness was an anomaly. But again, I think for sure he could still win All-Stars. By the way, speaking of All-Stars, this is something that I went to a rabbit hole recently, is I started watching all the old promos for Australian Survivor All-Stars. And I will say, like, as much as I give Australian Survivor flack, I love the Australian Survivor All-Star promos. Like the ones with playing My Way and like that reveal trailer where again, like it really feels like such an epic event. This like All-Star season.
Okay, I think that's it.
Shoreline threatening their reputation. Let's go before more of them show up.
And it also makes it even funnier that Tarzan's like one of the people that they only promote like 8 people on the cast, and like one of them is Tarzan. I also find that humorous. Like they go like, oh, the biggest players, the biggest villain, the biggest heroes, and it's Tarzan, a 3rd or 4th boot on a season from like 3 years ago. But whatever. It's like there wasn't any bigger hero than that. That's the best we got. I do, but like, who else would they have picked? Like, who else is there to be a bigger hero? Like, I don't know if there really is an answer, but still, it's like, it is funny to me, though, that, to get a big hero, they had to go to a very early boot.
Hey, you see a way out?
Upriver. There's an opening by the falls.
Do I think Jeff understands game theory? Yes. To a degree. Like, I don't know if he's, like, someone that's, like... I mean, he does talk about, like, John Nash in the Survivor Thailand reunion, right? Like, and that's, like, really early on. So, like, I think he has a pretty good understanding of it.
It's massive.
And to us, that's why, like, I think Jeff is the host that understands the game the most. Like, as much as, like, obviously give him flack for how much he wants to change the game and everything, like, I do think he gets the fundamentals of Survivor more than any other host.
What's the glory? You want to be known as a guy who only got rich because...
Which is part of the reason why I do think he is the best host of the, like, 3 current ones. Well, I mean, really in its entirety, but, like, obviously, like, people talk about, like, JLP is better and Nico is better. Like, I do think Probst is the best host of the bunch, because I think he is the one that gets the game the most.
Inherited her father's map. She's probably hoping that this will put her back on the map.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he throws around like big moves and everything because he wants the players to make big moves. I do think he partially believes it because, like, to be fair, it does also like become part of the game at this point.
On the other side.
Where like, I don't know if you necessarily need to make big moves, but you definitely do need to make moves to win the game. Like, I think it's very tough for you to win the game of Survivor at this point without having, like, actively played the game. But yeah, I think a lot of what he does is like to kind of just like to incentivize the players to play in the way that he wants them to play.
I could. I doubt anybody would believe it.
Oh, you could take pictures too.
I didn't bring my camera.
You don't get the hate for Charlemagne. I get the hate. It's just that I don't agree with it. But like, I get why some people would be annoyed by Charlemagne. Yeah, Kim's like, yeah, it's a shame that Kim's not gonna be back for a while, probably. Like, obviously she's gonna be pregnant during 38. You assume that, I mean, she could be back for 40 though, for all we know. Like, I feel like that would be like kind of a perfect time to bring her back. I mean, yeah, the problem with Probst now is that he's so ingrained in production to the point where, like, he is, like, pretty much the decision maker on most things. If not, he is, like, one of, like, a group of, 4 people. There's 4 executive producers that are essentially making every decision for the show. And through that, I think he genuinely loves the current cast. Like, I don't think there are people that squeak by onto the cast nowadays that he doesn't like. Because he is one of the major figures in deciding that cast. So essentially, it's like like in the way that Lynn Spillman, like supposedly was like really close to their cast that she put together. It's like I think that's the way that Probst looks at the modern cast. Like these are his casts that he's putting together, and through that, I don't think he is as opinionated negatively, at least on these people. Right? I don't think he hates any modern player. Obviously, like Dan Spilo withstanding. But like he casts them for a reason. Lynn Spillman's last cast was essentially Game Changers, right? Or not Game Changers, I mean Edge of Extinction, I mean.
There we go.
But like not really, right? Like I think she was fired in the process of making Edge of Extinction. Which is supposedly why they brought back some returnees and everything, is because they didn't have their full like casting team available there. But like Davis Goliath was essentially the last straw, where like supposedly the main thing was the casting of Angelina, where Lynn Spillman was very anti-Angelina because she didn't want to have married younger women on the show. I mean, I think at that point, I think it's more so a difference in philosophy, more so than it actually being about Angelina herself. I think it's more so that she's like she's willing to turn away people like Angelina, who I think Angelina is the type of person that production wants nowadays. Like again, I think they want these more complex figures, these people that don't fit into these natural archetypes. And I think Lynn Spillman is very much based around like these casting archetypes, which I think they're trying to avoid nowadays.
You made it.
Is there ever a doubt?
Wait, hold on. I got an idea.
Oh yeah, she has to do that first, right?
Okay, ready.
That's my girl.
Yeah, Jeff is super pro Angelina. That's why he, again, that's why they that's why they fired Lynn, is because he was so pro Angelina.
I'm gonna detach the winch
While
now.
Lynn was anti-Angelina.
I'll bring the car to the
I mean,
elevator.
that's the issue of Australian Survivors, how twist heavy it is.
Here we go.
Which again, people criticize 41, and like I will criticize 41 for being very twist heavy, but like that's the way Australian Survivor has been. Yet people still seem to love Australian Survivor for that reason. Yeah, I love both Dustin and Candace and Chip and Kim.
Hey, the elevator's moving. Get on quick.
Crap, I'm coming.
And again, I haven't rewatched seasons in what, 3 years, almost 2.5 years.
Hi there.
Oh, actually, I guess Chip and I rewatched Amazing Race 5,
Now what?
less than 2 years ago, but.
Maybe I need to.
Oh, never mind.
Anyway, with Dustin Candace's seasons, like I haven't watched those in almost 3 years, but from what I thought when I watched them last, I did really like Dustin Candace. Fuck. Wow, okay. Didn't think I would get that headshot. Oh, it's like, why do I love it? I mean, Chip and Kim, I just think are fun. Like, there's a fun dynamic.
Still here.
And I think Dustin and Candace are kind of like different for their archetype, with them actually being like a strong female-female team. Especially at the time that they played. I mean, supposedly production is very high on 42. That's what Redmond has said. So it's like, I'm interested in 42 here. Obviously, like, it has the same twists that I don't like from 41. But I'm interested in seeing how it goes. But to be fair though, production was very high on Redemption Island, and production was very high on Worlds Apart, which are two seasons that are very disliked by the general community. Which, I mean, to be fair, both of those seasons are two seasons I do think are underrated in the grand scheme of things. But still, not
Yeah, still here.
like well-loved seasons. So. I mean, like, like, in terms of Worlds Apart, again, like, I think Rodney is a really fun character. I think Dan is a really fun character. Again, not talking about them as people, but, like, at least in terms of TV characters on the show, I think they're really fun TV characters. I think Mike's win is a really fascinating one to watch, even though it was very blatant that he was going to win. Like, I just think, like, obviously his win is something we hadn't seen before at that point. But yeah, it's like one of these seasons that has like very clear cut, like, good guys and bad guys, where you're supposed to like Shireen and Mike, and you're supposed to hate Dan and Rodney and Will. I'm kind of fucked here. BG and Tyler are the biggest hams in reality TV? Probably not, but they are big hams. I'm sure there's gotta be, like, bigger hams at some point. Yeah, I mean, Jeff loved Worlds Apart so much that he spoiled Mike as a winner. Like, he loved it so much that, like, they did an interview with him talking about his thoughts on the season. He says, you're just gonna love this season. One of the most likable winners in the history of the show. Oh, fuck off. Actually, didn't he say, like, one of the biggest heroes to ever win the show? I think that's also a thing he said. But, you know, like, again, obviously, like, made it very blatant that, Mike was gonna end up winning. Yeah, I enjoy Nicaragua as well. Like, I mean, like, it's the middle of the pack for me in terms of, like, ranking the seasons. But I do have a level of reverence for Nicaragua. Like, it is one of my most watched seasons. Fuck off. Yeah, I think the issue with Nicaragua for me is, like, everything after Double Quit. Where, like, I do think the season, kind of struggles, with its pacing a bit after that, but to be fair, I mean, that's only like 2 episodes. But I do think everything before that is pretty strong. Even though it's not the best gameplay in the world. I mean, like, as high as I am on Chase's game, it's like, the majority of that cast is, like, relatively weak from a gameplay perspective. Ah, shit. Wow, I didn't think I was gonna hit that. Oh. Well, that's something. Didn't even know that could happen. Do I like the idea of celebs versus plebs for, Big Brother? It would be interesting. Especially because, like, it hasn't been done in Big Brother, right? Like, obviously we've had, like, half returning, half non, but, like, we haven't really had, like, celebrities versus normal people. Yeah, I've watched every season more than once except for Island of the Idols. And really, I've watched most seasons at least 5 times. Like, Winners at War, I've watched 3 times at this point, technically. Like, kind of. Like, I've watched it twice in full, and then another time, like, bits and pieces throughout. And then, like, again, Iowa I've only watched once. Edge of Extinction I've watched twice. David vs. Goliath I've watched, again, twice, but also, like, Winners at War, like, kind of bits and pieces of, like, the majority of the season. But, like, not consistently throughout, like, all in one shot.
After all that?
Actually, Ghost... No, I did watch Ghost Island twice.
Earned it.
And actually, I've watched Ghost Island, HHH twice. Game Changers. I think I know I've watched it twice. I'm trying to think. Did I watch it more than twice? I might have only watched it twice.
All this engineering and architecture, it doesn't come cheap.
But also, like, I've watched, like, individual episodes multiple times. Like, obviously, I did do the premiere ranking, the finale ranking. Like, through that, I've watched individual episodes. I'm about to get, not about to, but eventually throughout this year, I'll do the Merge Boot ranking. So I'll watch all the, or Merge episode ranking. So I'll watch all the Merge episodes. Yeah, in terms of, like, from beginning to end, and
Goes nothing.
but yeah, like, every season before Millennium Generation X, I've watched 3 times at least. And, like, well, I mean, actually, is Borneo my most watched season at this point? Probably not, actually. But, like, that would be up there. Because, like, I've watched Borneo at least 5 times.
Easy.
Yeah, I've watched, actually, Nicaragua might be my most watched season. Like, I haven't counted, but, like, I would not be surprised if it does. Like, if in reality it is my most watched season. Where am I supposed to go here? Peak of One World is the Bill Tribal. I mean, what's it?
Whoa, hang on.
I think the concept is, but obviously, like, you also have the ickiness with Colton
there.
and
I got control again.
and Bill and everything there. Okay, well, let's just restart checkpoint.
Whoa, hang on. There. I got control again.
We're getting there.
Is there where you find the boot order more cases to be similar to Austrian Spy 2002?
I did.
Great. Not great.
Is it similar? I feel like, to me, Austrian Spy 2002 always reminded me of UK Pulautica. Like, where they're very similar seasons, really. Like, the major difference is obviously, like, one has a dominant figure. Like, essentially, it's Pulautica if Richard had won over Charlotte. Peak of One World is when the credits rolled, yeah. I mean, like, I think One World probably peaks, like, at the This Is My Island stuff. Like, I mean, I think the stretch of, like, Kim orchestrating the Michael Jefferson vote, and then you have the Jay Blindside, and then you have This Is My Island with Troyson being on the bottom. I think those are, like, the 3 best episodes. But then, like, the rest of the season's not that good. But it's also, like, a bit of like, the post-merge is also kind of interesting because, like, you're watching Kim dominate the game. Like, it's kind of similar to, like, the reference I have of Redemption Island, where, like, Redemption Island, like, you're seeing Boston Rob at his peak and, like, really dominate that season. That's the, like, same thing with, like, Island of Secrets with Survivor SA, where it's like that's the best part of that season, is you seeing Rob Bentley do what he does.
Looks like this one's clear.
Nice work.
I mean, at One World, I do think Kim is, like, the best player of the season. It's not really close, obviously. Like, I mean, like, I think Sabrina and Chelsea are competent players in their own right. But, like, I'm not anywhere near the level of Kim.
Watch this. Hang on.
We did it!
Oh,
You sound surprised.
interesting.
Maybe a little.
I thought you fail it every time you do it the first time. But whatever. I mean, yeah, I mean that's a similarity, but like, I think for the most part, like, they don't really play out that similar. Because it's not like Craig ends up winning Australian Survivor 2002, or like Naomi. Like, I think they play out in like radically different fashions.
And we're up.
Which challenge have I seen the most? Well, I mean, I've seen all of them well, actually, I haven't seen all of them twice. But,
The odds that elevators work.
yeah, like, I watched the challenge for first time at the,
which means we're
like, December of 2020
A lot of
to,
wheels working, that bodes well.
like, when I finished the rewatch, like, February or March of last year. And now I watched seasons 1 through 9 for first time, and Champs Versus for first time, and then, rewatched every other season. So, I mean, really, it's like, I've watched almost every season twice. But it's not like, I thought you opened this. Oh, you do. Okay.
Hey, can you handle this?
There's not a season that I've watched more than twice. Yeah, I think One World is, like the One World concept is interesting. The problem is that they did men versus women, which is, like, a consequence of the concept, where, like, production was, like, worried that if we didn't do men's versus women, people wouldn't know what tribes these people are from. But I think through them doing men's versus women, it did, like, add to this, like, a bit of ickiness in some aspects. I mean, like, I get why people don't credit Rob's Redemption Island win. It's just I don't agree with it.
Okay.
Yeah, like, obviously people discredit him for having, like, a weak field. And, like, the cast was, like, built for him to win, which I think that one's even more ridiculous. But so, I get why they don't, like, why people don't respect Boston Robson, especially when it's, like, his fourth time after, like, two, like...
It's like a postcard.
I mean, like, people consider them bad runs, like...
Yeah, Libertalia.
I don't. Like Marquesas is, like, obviously I think Marquesas is easily the most flawed. But it's also, like, he's, like, super young.
So what made you change
when he's playing there, and, like, I don't think he's playing to win the game for a lot of it. I think he's there playing to make good TV. And even within that, it's like he does take control of his original tribe. He is able to survive the Gabe vote. In a position where he should have gone home there. And, like, I do think there's impressive elements of his game there. Obviously, All Stars is, like, obviously bad jury management at points, but, so I think a pretty great game there. And then you have, Heroes vs. Villains, which, again, like, I also don't think it's a bad game. Like, he gets outclassed by Russell.
Give me a hand with this.
But, again, that's pretty much Russell in his prime.
You know, even if you think that you're protecting me.
It's like, I don't think it's like a massive fault that he gets outplayed by Russell, and again, like, in a position where, like, he was pretty decently positioned there. Where, again, like, if they had been able to take out Parvati and Danielle and Russell, it's like, he's in a pretty good spot where the only person that can go against him is Tyson. Where, like, Tyson could, like, put together this, like, counter alliance of, like, the thing is, like, coming to the merge, like, Rob would have been in danger, for sure. Like, obviously, he's the biggest target on the villains tribe. But to be fair, I think a lot of that comes from out-of-game things. Like, I think no matter what, he was going to be the biggest target. Coming to the merge. Like, I don't think it's, like, necessarily a fault on his game within that course of that season. But, also, I think Tyson would have flipped on him. And Tyson would have been able to get Coach on board, and Jerry would have been willing to go on board as well. But, like, again, like, I still think he, like, still had Sandra and Courtney, who I think for sure would have stuck by him. And even then, like, I think Coach would have probably done the same thing he did in real life, which is not really take either side. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think it's necessarily like the worst game on Heroes vs. Villains. Like, he kind of gets screwed over by Tyson messing up. And even then, like, even when he comes to the merge, like, the heroes were probably going to come down in numbers, right? It would probably be like a 6-4. If it wasn't for the fact that they lost Tyson as early on as they did, and then lost all those challenges in a row. So it's like they would have had the numbers. I don't think Tyson flips at that initial merge vote.
So far, so good.
So it's like, I mean, Baltimore would have had a bit more room to maneuver there.
We'll try. Over and out.
Fuck me. Do I think Australian Star 2002 is better than UK Pool Altiga? Probably not. But I think they're relatively close, though. Like, I think the gap between Australian Star 2002 and Forever UK Panama is massive. Like, where, again, Forever UK Panama is still the worst season of probably a reality show ever that I've watched. Like, it's just such a boring slog. With like no intrigue at all and a really boring cast. While like, again, I'll show those too. Like, there is merit to it. And you still have this interesting element of watching like a very early dominant game. And Rob Dixon, and not one that really has like any true ickiness to.
Come on.
Again, like, it's a bit ahead of its time in certain elements. Like, Katie is a good, is a good TV character, even though, again, probably one of the more icky things. I don't know if icky is the right term, but like, just a very, just a weird, like, stuff that happens between them and at the Final Four.
Oh, come on.
And like Craig is like a fun underdog. And there's some merit to it. I'd like to see Benji come back to Australian Spire. Yeah, that'd be really great. The problem is that All Stars, he had work obligations, right? And again, there's the rumor that he turned it down because they didn't want Annalise, which is like, who knows if that's true, but I believe the official reason is because of work obligations. And then, yeah, who knows with Blood vs. Water. I do think he was contacted. I would be very surprised if him and Annalise were not contacted.
Losing you. I guess I was protecting myself.
Heroes Tribe is very similar to the U.S. team on the challenge. Oh, the villains.
We have a lot of ground.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense. And again, like, a lot of like massive names, and they all like just can't really work properly together.
This way.
Do you think Cochrane's game in Caramoan is a unicorn? In terms of what? Like, for Cochrane? Like, potentially? Like, I mean, I think obviously Cochrane was given a very good hand in Caramoan. And took full advantage of that. Now, I don't think it necessarily means that Cochrane can't ever play a game like that ever again. But I also think it's very unlikely that he's given the setup that he was given in Caramoan to be able to play a game like that. Do I think Nino will make the merge? We'll have to see after these next few episodes. Like, I think next episode's gonna really determine it for me.
Avery sure picked a gorgeous.
Where, again, like, I've been thinking for a while, like, since the premiere, that I thought she was being set up for this, like, Shannon from Brains vs. Brawn sort of edit of, like, someone that's, like, being shown as this mastermind early on, but then, like, they get blindsided, like, mid-merge, or mid-pre-merge. But, again, like, I think, like, with her resurgence in this last episode, And with Sandra now gone, like, I think it'll be interesting to see how much of that edit she ends up picking up. So I think it could go either way. But I would not be surprised if Nina does go home within the next few episodes.
By your lonesome?
Do I think Challenge will do a team format again? Probably not. I mean, like, realistically, I mean, it's easier to say yes, because I think it, like, obviously that's a bigger probability of, but, like, I don't know if they're that incentivized to do a team format for the main show. I would like to see it, personally. Like, I think it would be interesting to see obviously we saw War of the Worlds too, but, and I mean, I guess, like, do you consider the, Spies, Lies, and Allies cells, which, like, I wouldn't really consider. But, like, I think it would be interesting to see, like, a full-blown team-based game in the modern day. But I would like the format to just be better than that of the older seasons, which, I guess War of the Worlds 2 is, like, kind of that, but again, I don't think the format of War of the Worlds 2 is my ideal. Or, like, wasn't it that, because, like, it's an easily game format, and, like, they do game it, like, right away, which is why we have, like, Kara and Polly, like, controlling both sides, because they're able to game, the format so easily. Hey, I mean, squeeze. Forgot to put Zach in top 4. I said this, I forgot if I said this in the cast estimate, but I definitely said it last stream, that, like, when I first saw the bios and everything, like, Zach was like number 3, on my power ranking. And then, like, I listened to his, Get to Know You video, and I'm like, I think I'm out. Like, I don't think he's winning this season.
I guess that's one way
to me, it just, like, kind of comes off a bit, I don't know, a bit schemy.
What, slaughter all the colonists?
No. To lure them here in hopes of finding a
Yeah, he pretty much just feels like another version of, like, Adam Klein, but, like, doesn't seem as, like, socially able. We'll see. Do I think Kara had the best interest of the UK when she had them voting out the strong players? No. Oh, do you think... Well, I mean, like, it's because she wanted to strengthen her own game. It's not like she didn't have the best interest of the UK team. She wanted to weaken the UK team.
Just need your help for a second.
Oh, Tim Dugan passed away? Is that a thing?
Be careful.
That, the second boot? How do you look this up? Oh, he died a while ago. Yeah, he died like... Holy shit, I didn't even know that. He died like 6 years ago. I didn't even know that. Well, yeah, rest in peace.
Excuse me.
I mean, like, realistically, I see Zach... Like, I see a lot of Adam in Zach, but I think he's probably more in line for, like, a Spencer Cagayan trajectory. Especially because, like, I think looking at the tribes just off the bat, like, it does feel like the Ica tribe is, like, the weaker of the tribes. And, like, I could see them being, like, the Luzon, to where, like, Zach is kind of forced to be this underdog right away in the way that Spencer was.
To Avery's neighborhood.
It's a nice place. If you don't mind some
So yeah, I kind of feel like that's probably the more realistic scenario for him at this point.
A real fixer-upper opportunity.
Which I don't know if he's going to be able to, like, to get all the way to the end like Spencer did.
Okay,
like, all the way to Final Four, but...
Looks like somebody blew that dam and then flooded the whole place.
They're all, like, online. I mean, like, what's weird is they had, like, the players themselves post their own get-to-know-you videos. Which was weird. Like, they're these, like, 1-minute videos that they had. That, like, the Survivor... And I think Survivor... Twitter started releasing them on their own as well. what I think of Jordy so far, like, I'm kind of whatever. Like, I know a lot of people are very upset at Jordy for, like, how dare he vote out Sandra because she's weak or whatever, and, like, be so, like, oh, men are strong, women are weak. It's like, to me, that's not what he was really saying. But, fine. Again, like, I mean, again, Australian Survivor is a game that does very much favor physical strength. Like, it is a game that early on is very much based on physical challenges. And again, like, I mean, the thing is, like, you don't see Jordy targeting Shay. Like, again, you don't see him targeting these people that are doing well in challenges. You see him targeting Sandra and Mel and these people that aren't doing well in challenges. Like I don't think it's necessarily like, oh, he is just targeting all the women. I think he's just targeting people who aren't doing well in physical challenges, which, again, end up being the women. And end up being, like, these specific women. Where, again, like, I don't think Shay is directly being targeted. Yeah, if Jordy's edit was better, I would probably have him as a top contender. Like, because I think on paper, like, I think Jordy's playing a good game.
Watch your head.
It's just that his edit's not really there. If only one tribe gets... Oh, yeah. Because I think that twist is going to happen again. Like, I think it's probably... what's the tribe with Jonathan? That, I think, to me, on paper, that felt like the strongest tribe. Because I had Jonathan and Lindsay, who were, like, seemed to be two of the more physical people on the cast. So it's like, if it's like the standard, like, obstacle course sort of thing with a puzzle at the end. And to be fair, I mean, like, you do have, like, like, I don't know how good Marianne is going to be. I don't know how good, like, Mariah is going to be. But, I mean, again, like, I still think, again, you got Jonathan and Lindsay, two of the more physical people. You got Omar on there, who seems to be someone that should be, like, good at puzzles and that sort of thing. Like, I think that screams out to me as the most likely tribe to win. But, I think Ica's probably the least likely. I mean, Ica has, like, a lot of, like, mid-tier competitors, it feels like. Like, you have Tori, you have Zach, you have, Drea is, like, seems to be one of the more physical people, right? But then you have, like, Romeo, you have Rockstroy, Swati, they don't seem to be that strong. I mean, to be fair, Vati has, like, Jenny and Lydia, who I don't think are going to be that strong. You also have Mike, who's one of the older people there, so who knows how he'll be. And you also have Daniel. So actually, Vati's not the strongest tribe in the world either. But either way, I mean, yeah, I think Taku feels like the stronger tribe, though. So I would lean towards them winning.
Ooh, someone had it in for this guy.
Are people going to let CT skate by whenever he comes back? Probably. I would guess not, right? At this point. It's like, he just won 2 seasons back-to-back. Like, how are you going to let him skate by again? Mind you, like, again, I don't think he's coming back for a little bit. Or at least he's for sure not going to be on 38. And to be fair, though, I mean, like, with the season getting delayed, like, maybe he will. But, like, I don't expect him to. And, like, I expect him to, like, I think the more and more time goes on, like, he's going to get a bigger and bigger target on his back. To where, like, I can't expect them to just get an easy ride again. Do I think Team UK ever voted in... Wait. Do I think CT would have switched? Potentially.
Shit. Shoreline. Later.
I don't remember. Exactly. But I know, like, he was, like, disappointed he was on Team USA, right? Like, he was upset that his, that, like, his allies didn't pick him for Team USA.
Watch out! Elena, get to cover!
We did look at the Razzie noms earlier, like, when they came out, since I don't remember them, and I haven't watched, like, any of them, so it's like, whatever. Same thing goes with the Oscars. Like, the only movie I even watched that got nominated for an Oscar was Dune. Yeah, I think challenge is supposed to be in May now, right? Like early May, I think. Fuck. Bruce Willis has his own category at the Razzies. Yeah, as he should. Bruce Willis is like one of these actors that like, doesn't seem to care in like any of the movies he's in at this point.
Nothing.
Wait. Got something over there.
Anything interesting? Talk to me, man.
That went well. This section of the game goes on for a while. Like this, to me, this is still like the worst part of the game. This is like a really long section of you going through the islands. Well, I'm kind of fucked. Oh shit! Okay, I didn't realize there were fucking 3 guys there. Whatever. I'm sure you've seen, you're talking about the get to know you videos, I'm sure you've seen them and just didn't know that those are the ones I'm talking about. Like, it's just the 1 minute videos that, like, are posted everywhere. Like, they're all over the Survivor Reddit. Or at least they were on, cast release day. Wow, I missed that shot? Whatever. Fuck off. I'll be honest, I'm starting to get a bit tired already. The thing is, like, I got, like, very little sleep last night because I was a fucking idiot. God damn it. Because, well, something I haven't talked about. I did play a House of Ashes. And yeah, I did play House of Ashes in the last like few days, which was fine. Like not my like I still like Little Hope more out of the Dark Pictures anthology. And like even then, like it's not like I love Little Hope, but
Wait.
So finished House of Ashes, and then last night I decided to play some Master Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel for the first time, and I ended up spending 4 hours playing it. To the point where it was 4 o'clock in the morning when I finished playing it. So that was obviously a great decision. I just play these games for footage, for videos. Not on stream. Like I'm not even gonna use this footage. Like I don't use the footage that when I stream. Actually, that's why I play these specific games. Is because I already have footage for these games. So if I want to make a video, I'm not, like, depending on this footage to make a video out of. But usually, whatever game I'm playing on here is a game I eventually plan on making a video about. Not necessarily with this game. like Uncharted 4 itself, but I will be making a Lost Legacy retrospective. And because the collection just came out, it's like, I might as well play all of them. Wester Jordan, like in terms of like if I'm ranking the like best male competitors in the history of the show, like I would put Jordan above Wes. Yeah, I mean, I'll still play the next game. I do think the next game seems interesting, like the preview that was in there, where it's going to be about this. It seems to be about this like serial killer that like captures his victims and everything. Like that's an interesting concept to me for a Dark Pictures anthology game, so I'll give it a shot. I also find it weird how like all of a sudden they're like calling these games like this is season 1. It's like, when did they come up with this being a season? Like, when has this been a thing? Fuck. Oh yeah, I'm terrible at Master Duel. Mind you, like, I have like obviously I just started, so I still have, like really shit cards. I did try to make a Blue Eyes deck, and it was partially successful. Just based off like the gems that was given at the start, but yeah, like I got through like the rookie state. Like I'm not rookie. What are the either way? I did like the first 2 ranked duels, and like those are like super fucking easy. Like I actually accidentally used my standard, like the starter deck. I mean, like for those duels and like end up winning still, which is like really pathetic. It's like, how fucking bad is everyone else there that I'm like beating you with a fucking starter deck? But like beyond that, yeah, like once you get into the actual people using actual competent decks, then it does become a lot more difficult. Shit. Oh yeah, I did hear about the Shayna thing. Like that's pretty fucked, isn't it? Like supposedly Shayna's boyfriend is breaking up with her. Fuck. Over her being too close to Lamar, I guess. Zach or Leroy? Probably Zach. I mean, like, Zach's at least won a season, should have won Vendettas. I think he's probably been a bit more consistent. Well, I guess to be fair, like Leroy just had some like really bad luck with certain seasons. Like obviously you had like Battle of Bloodlines, Rivals 3, where those like kind of outside circumstances. And he's had like pretty bad partners at points. Wow, what? What is this section? I don't think Zach's top 10, but I haven't actually created a top 10. Like, I would guess Zach is, like, top 20 for sure. And to be fair, Leroy probably is, too. But, like, I don't know if I can say top 10. Okay, I'm fucked. I mean, not even a better partner. Like, I think Zach and Amanda probably could have won Final Reckoning had they not been as like confrontational with each other. Because, like, I mean, like Ashley and Hunter, like I think Ashley and Hunter are not that much better than Zach and Amanda. Like, I think Zach's better than Hunter. And then, like, Ashley's better than Amanda, but I don't think to, like, a ridiculous degree. So, like, I can for sure see Zach and Amanda winning had they not been Zach and Amanda. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Zach's a terrible partner. And like obviously like people bring up like him being like misogynistic and like it being towards the women. Like to be honest, I just think he's a terrible partner just in general. Like I mean, even when we see him partnered with Trey in Rivals 3, or Rivals 2, he's kind of a dick there too. Like I just think he's just a terrible partner in general. More so than it's like him. I mean, to be fair, he is also misogynistic though. But yeah, I just think in general he's just kind of a shit partner. Fuck. Solve him.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about Zach. Like Zach, again, seems like a pretty bad person, but he's good TV. Like I do think at least there's that. Like he does give good confessionals. All right, so that's everyone. All right, yeah, I do find it funny too. Like the Zach and Trey, like were actually like a really good pair on Rivals 2. I do wonder what would have happened there had they not been DQ'd. Because I could see a world where they are really top contenders to win that season. Zach and Fessy, that'd be hilarious. They've never been on a season together, have they? I didn't even think about that until now. Zach hasn't been on since World of Worlds 2. So that'd be great. I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, I don't know how great it would really be because they'd probably win. But, it'll be funny. Where am I going? Yeah, he's been on with Jenna, but even then, barely. It is funny to me how many times Jenna's been an alternate. But he's like, even there, she was an alternate, right? Like, she wasn't supposed to be on Total Madness. And she wasn't supposed to be on, what was it, 30-30, right? No, it was an alternate for what, Alicia, right? Where am I going? Oh, yeah, and Zach and Amanda are for sure taking each other's money, too, right? If they win the final. Yeah, actually, that's something I kind of forgot about Fessy and, like, Casey and them. Like, they only started in Total Madness. Like, they've only been on 3 seasons. Like, it feels like they've been on the show for so much longer. But, like, Double Agents was only their 2nd season, which is kind of insane to think about. Especially considering how much, like, control they have over the house already at this point. Like, you would think that would have taken them seasons to build, like it did with, like, Bananas. But no, it doesn't. Top 10 male, I mean, like, again, yeah, like, Bananas, CT, Jordan, Landon, Wes, Mark Long, Darrell, Derek Kaczynski, or whatever his last name is. Evan, Kenny. I almost forgot about them. I think that's probably the 10. Is there anyone I'm forgetting? Alright, let's do my trusty thing of looking up the that one guy's male competitor list. Yeah, like, who's he have in his top 10? If it would load. And still, if it would load. This site is, like, really shit. But, like, I would not be surprised if that's actually his top 10. Yeah, Evan, Jordan, Mark. Yeah. I think that's probably it. That's probably the 10. Like, even then, like, I don't know, Wes is probably, like, bordering on that list. There's seen double agents of Casey telling Fessy they've only done 2 seasons and they'll get their wins down the road. Yeah, I mean, it's probably true. I mean, obviously it was true of Casey. Like, I still think Fessy is very likely to win a season coming up. Any new confirmations for BB Can 10? I don't know. I haven't been paying as much attention this weekend. So for all I know, like, something came out, but I haven't seen anything. But, like, it's, like, again, there's a lot of reason to believe that's going to be, like, the first week of March. Like, March 2nd, right? Is, like, the rumored start date. Is that something? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Sorko did post this earlier. Yeah, there's a countdown for Capcom at this point, which is interesting. 6 days, 22 hours. So what is that? That's the 21st? What's on 21st? Is it Resident Evil 4? I mean, like, we know that Resident Evil 4 remake is coming soon. It's like, that seems like a very likely thing. Which, by the way, I'm looking at the list now. That is literally his top 10. Are the 10 people I listed. He had Darrell 10. Oh, below Wes. I don't know, like, Darrell's a tough one to rank. Who's at 11? Alton? Okay. Brad at 12. I'll probably have Brad above Alton. Theo, Abram. Zach at 15. Miz at 16. Leroy at 17. I mean, that's probably, like, around where I would have. Hunter at 18. That seems kind of high, but kind of not. Like, Hunter's a weird one to assess, too. He's like, Hunter, only has, like, what, 4 seasons? But, like, he's never been, like, properly eliminated, right? He's like, he was purged in both, Invasion and Dirty 30. He wins, debating on who you talk to, Final Reckoning, and then he makes the final in World of Worlds. I see you there, so cool. Oh yeah, I do live on my own. It's here. So I'm trying to think, like, how far do I want to get here? Because I'll be honest, like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for. Not that I'm, like, I'm not going to stream, end stream, like, immediately, but, like, I think if we find, like, a good spot to leave off on, then we probably will. I don't think Rogan's anywhere close to the list, to me. Like, I just don't think there's enough of Rogan. Like, he's only been on 3 seasons. One of those where he's, like, an instant first boot. And then World of Worlds 2, which is, like, fine, but, like, not that overly impressive of a win. And then Total Mass is probably his best season. But, again, like, he's not really anywhere close.
Current's a little strong.
Being on a list to me. For me, I feel like Hunter has more resume than Rogan. Where again, there's 4 pretty much full seasons of Hunter. And like again, like there's never a point where like he has legitimately gone home. Which I guess to be fair, Rogan hasn't either.
Even for a boost.
Then let's look around.
Yeah, I do know the rumors that that production made it so that Ashley won because they wanted someone to steal the money. Which I don't know how much I really believe it, but like I wouldn't put it past MTV production to do that. Again, Theo's another one. Again, like I could see Theo, like both Theo and Rogan. I could see them making high on the list if they were given more seasons. But through the seasons that they have, like, it's just not really enough.
Hey, here we go.
Look out below.
But yeah, I mean, Theo's like, you know, War of the Worlds is obviously really strong, and then War of the Worlds 2 even is a very strong resume in winning all those eliminations. Is it here? Oh yeah, it is here.
Come to Papa.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Hunter's on 38. Like, that feels like a very easy person to bring on. Considering he has recently talked about wanting to go on. And I don't think he's someone that has, like, bad blood of production in any way. Can I not go up here? I don't think Theo's even on the list, is he?
If you put the box here, we can climb up.
There we go. Well, I can push it now, right? Oh, Theo Vaughn is on the list, right? Not Theo from recent seasons.
After you.
Oh, how sweet. You want me to be your decoy?
No. I was being gentlemanly there.
Just busting your chops.
Dude, I keep on forgetting Theo Vaughn is even a person.
Thank you.
Like, I keep on forgetting he was even on the challenge. I mean, Theo Vaughn has like a great, like, has like a really impressive track record, but I also like just don't have that much memory of him, despite the fact that he like won 2 seasons and makes deep runs in other ones, and like he does have like funny confessionals here and there, but it's like I just don't remember him that well.
That wasn't too bad. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. You?
Well, wet again. Tired, bruised. Oh, hungry. I could eat. Other than that, fine.
No, not that Theo either. I forgot that was a Theo also on Invasion, right? Theo King, I think is his last name. You find Ashley to be the most unattractive person you've ever seen on the challenge, personality-wise? I would agree, probably, personality-wise. Yeah, I wouldn't say she's the most unattractive, like physically. Yeah, well, physically, whatever. But yeah, like personality-wise, I would definitely say she's up there. I mean, I think her and Camilla, probably Camilla more so, but.
Well, they definitely had the motivation.
You don't think it's them?
I just find it odd that all these houses are underwater except for one.
Yeah, I would take Amanda over Ashley, personality-wise.
It's beautiful.
I think Amanda knows her shtick. Where, like, I think Amanda knows how she's perceived more so than, to me, Ashley, I think, is just a very emotional person. Yeah, I think that is, like, more so genuine to Ashley, but she tries to pretend like it's not. Like, I think Ashley's one of these people that, like, tries to pretend like she's playing up a character, when in reality that is actually who she is. Where, like, I feel like Amanda is, like, playing up a character.
Yeah, let's just hope we're not too late.
Okay. Amanda and Tori both irritate the shit out of you. I've never been a big Tori fan. Oh. Yeah, I think Ashley's the most likable when she wins Invasion, and then outside that, I think
Time for another swim,
not as
I
much.
guess.
I mean, yeah, I think they want you to vote to root for Priscilla,
Hey, Nate.
right?
Over there, that looks like an exit.
Because she was like kind of this like last person targeting the vets and last person like trying to
Stronger than it
stir
looks.
up some chaos and everything. I mean, I think Tori is like one of these people that like is a production favorite because she plays into what production wants from her.
Current's too strong.
So I do find it like kind of weird how like why wasn't Tori on War of the Worlds 1? Well, like I'm pretty sure it's like she turned down Vendettas, right? But like I don't think she turned down War of the Worlds 1 from what I understand. So it is kind of weird they didn't put her on that. Oh, where am I supposed to go here? Oh yeah, it is here. It's just that Elena has to stand on it. Right? Oh, she already is. I'm a fucking idiot.
Okay.
Yeah, Nelson, same
Thank
thing.
you. You make a great
Also, Nelson's another one. Like I don't get why Nelson wasn't on an idiot. I just fucked that up. Yeah, I also don't understand why Nelson was on World. Really, World Wars in general. I think has some like really weird choices. Mind you, they had like a much smaller group of people, like of vets to cast for, because like they were obviously the plan was it was going to be half and half. So like they only had like 16 slots for vets, but I just still find it weird who they cut from War of the Worlds. And mind you, War of the Worlds, like the cast, is like from the vet side of things, it's pretty stacked. Where like I think outside of like Natalie Negrotti, like it's a really like elite field, isn't it?
A way up for you.
Let's look this up. I mean, I guess Devon, but like Devon was obviously like such a massive character the previous season, and even then, like I think she does really well. So you got Polly, Cam, Bananas, Devon, Hunter, Carmaria, CT. I mean Nani. That's like whatever. Wes, Natalie. I still forget Natalie Negrotti was on the challenge though. Like it's so weird to me that she was on 3 seasons. But Kyle, Ashley, Leroy, Zach, Jenna, Amanda. So I mean that's a pretty like strong field of competitors. And then obviously World Wars 2 is the same thing with like Team US. It's like a really insane group of people. Which I mean, there's actually probably bigger duds in the World Wars 2 from the US standpoint. Where like I mean you do have like a Faith who like I mean like I like Faith in Final Reckoning, but she does feel like an outlier on Team US. And to be fair, she like ends up leaving. But still. Yeah, I mean actually it is a pretty strong field. I mean you got Josh. I guess that's another knock. But either way. I'm really interested in getting to World Wars 2 again. I'm almost there. I really do want to see if my opinion of it holds up.
Alright, stand clear! Here you go!
Hey, great.
Favorite part of Champs vs. Stars 2 is when Stars were dominating Champs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's something I do really like from Champs vs. Stars 2 is like that the Champs and the Stars, like despite them being on mixed teams, like they still like actually work together. Like the Stars in general, like were like smart enough to team up and not just let the Champs take over. I don't know for sure that she turned down Vendettas, but I feel like it's very, very unlikely that they would not put her on Vendettas after having just had her on like after having like the massive run she had on Dirty 30.
Going up the pirate hierarchy.
Like that would just feel weird to me. So I feel like it's more likely that she turned it down.
Looks like we found the party.
Looks like we're a little late.
Especially because like that's when like she started the relationship with Jordan and everything too, right?
Hey, Nate.
I feel like Battle of the Exes 2 is the last completely amazing cast on paper. And Battle of the Exes 2
oh my God.
is not the best cast to me.
What?
I mean, you have some duds from the RU to 1 point of view.
These other pirate captains
Or point of view from whatever. Like people from RU to 1.
Well, I'm no forensics expert, but I would say bad drinks.
Apparently.
So what was this? Some kind of wealthy pirate suicide cult?
Yeah, not likely.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think. So Battle of the Exes 2.
On behalf of Lord Avery, I invite you to my manor at sundown.
I mean, too fair, that was still like a point where like almost the entire cast was like vets,
and
right?
reunite under the banner of God and liberty.
I mean, yeah, you got like Jordan, Leroy, Banana. I mean, you got Jay, which is like whatever, but Wes, Zach, Johnny Riley's kind of like, Adam Kuhn, yeah, whatever. Knight,
Henry Avery.
John Jacobs is like a really forgettable figure.
Didn't stick around to clean up their mess.
Like he's fine, but like he's just not super memorable in the grand scheme of things. Like Haley is a pretty forgettable person. I mean, even Thomas. It's like Thomas is on 3 seasons. I feel like he's one of the most forgettable, like multiple season person in the history of the show. Not that I don't even dislike Thomas. Like I think Thomas like has some interesting, like he gets into fights and stuff in his run, but it's like he's also just not super memorable outside of like him being the guy that Kara cheated on Abe with. Like Ammo, I mean, it was fine. Didn't seem to be cut out for the challenge.
Except these two.
But obviously it was like interesting to see on
all the treasure
reality TV and everything.
2 men.
And the thing is, like, I think of Dirty 30 as like so long ago, when in reality Dirty 30 was only like not even 5 years ago, right? When was Dirty 30?
And they all perished in an instant.
Actually, it probably was 5 years ago. I think it was 2017. Yeah. Well, I mean, technically not 5 years ago, but it does feel like it should be
I'm sorry.
So much longer ago.
I'm sorry.
Because like Ammo was like the first non-binary person on the challenge. Which again, like for some reason I think of that as like, oh, that was like 10 years ago. Like how ahead of its time it was, but like really it was only 5 years ago. It wasn't that long. Simone and LaToya are mostly forgettable. I mean, like I think in the grand scheme of the challenge, yes. But I think after the rewatch, I did enjoy both of them more than I remembered. Oh shit, did not mean to do that. Yeah, like Simone, like is a very confrontational figure, and had the Dirty 30 stuff not happen, like I do think Simone, like is one of these people that I could see being on like almost every season. And LaToya's fine. Like I don't think she's as entertaining, but like I don't dislike LaToya. And I think Shane's also. I think Shane's in, like really good. Shane, as in Tony's brother, is really good TV. The problem is that again, like obviously it gets icky with the fight with Simone, and even on Battle of the Bloodlines, like him and Tony, it's actually getting to an actual fight.
Hey, up here. Slowly.
Right behind you.
Be careful.
So I think what we're gonna do here is I think we'll end it when we get to the undergrounds.
You got it.
I'll meet you up
Like, how far away are we from that? I think that would be a good spot to end.
Hi.
And then next stream we'll finish the game and then probably get a start to Lost Legacy. I think probably get through like chapters 1 and 2
And we
or
are
so.
officially inside Henry Avery's house.
Do chapter 3, including all the side content and stream, and then finish it the stream after. I think that's probably what I would plan here. Do I think World Wars 2 has the best intro? I don't even remember the intro. And that's the thing I realized. I don't remember a lot of the modern intros. And to be fair, they're a lot like more boring. Like to me, like I think a lot of the old school intros were really fun, even though they were ridiculous.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was. Can you imagine?
Oh, are we talking about like just the like first scene?
Sounds like my first job.
Or are we talking about like the actual like intro to every episode that's like shown every episode?
No, my manager from Macho Nacho.
You worked at a Macho Nacho?
It was a high school job.
You think Kim and Penn are a top 10 team?
The point is, my boss
potentially.
was a paranoid psychopath.
I mean, to me, like I don't think there are like 10 teams for like when I did the top 10 team video. It's like I didn't feel like there were 10 like solid teams that were like definitively in my top 10. Like I think there were definitely like a few spots that could be juggled around, and like I think if like Ryan and Dusty were to win this season, like I think Ryan and Dusty for sure could make it on there. Again, same thing Kim and Penn, if they win this season, they can make it on there. Where am I going? Not there. No? Whatever. The previously on scenes, I mean, it's just weird. Like, oh, fuck off.
That shoreline truck is still there.
Yeah, I see it. Keep your eyes peeled, huh?
Where am I? Oh, I'm like before. Okay. No. But either way, yeah, it's just weird. Like, I don't know why they changed it to have like the players like introduce the previously on. It just feels weird. I mean, I guess they wanted to just get rid of the voiceover guy.
Word of the day: ostentatious.
So why didn't he kill?
I mean, War of the Worlds 2. I don't know, like that one's fun. I mean, I think the Gauntlet 3 is really necessarily fun. It's just really fucking dumb.
Did you wear one of those hats?
The point is, my boss was a paranoid psychopath.
And what else is there?
He was the manager at a Macho Nacho.
Just watch it, okay?
I'm trying to think of the other ones. I mean, like the early ones, I feel like aren't as like what? Like I think it's I forgot which one it was, the Gauntlet or the Inferno, but one was like on a ranch, and that was kind of like really dumb. Which obviously was like the setting of the season, but still. Then you have like the band singing all the sexes one, I think, intro. Like that was kind of weird. Fresh Meat. What's Fresh Meat 1's intro? Oh, it's the video game one, right? Yeah, that's a really weird one. What was 17? Duel 2? Oh, Duel 2 is hilarious. I feel like Duel 2 is probably one of my favorite ones, too. Because it's so... I mean, they're doing this, like, traditional Mori, like, dance. But it's so ridiculous with, like Evan leading the chant and everything. And then, like, you can clearly tell that, like, some of the people there were just, like, embarrassed to be doing this. Like, it's people like a Rachel... like did not seem to be into it at all, and it was just like, I don't know, it's just really funny. But then like you have like some people like taking it like super seriously. Where am I going? Maybe I am supposed to go here. No, I'm not, because that's where I came from, right? I always hated the island intro though. Like that was always dumb to me.
More cannons.
Because it's just them like
Mansion.
showing shots of the players and then playing "Devour" by Shinedown, right? Is that the song that plays? But I don't know. That always felt like jarring to me, considering like I knew the song from before the season. What's your favorite theme on the challenge? Why is this fighting? Yeah, it's definitely my favorite. I mean, like realistically, and it's probably like. And we're talking about like casting themes, and like obviously Rivals is great if it's done properly, which has only been done properly once. But hey, where am I going? I'm just going around circles. Oh, is this the right way? Oh yeah, okay, it is. We're about to get to a fight here, right?
Shoreline barricaded the front door.
And left a bunch of muddy footprints behind.
Did Brittany actually cheat on Brad? I don't think so, right? But I assume that she like revealed that she still has feelings for Chuck, right? Like that's the vibe that I get, is that she like did legitimately say that she still has feelings for him, but like didn't actually cheat on Brad.
Right? I expected to see someone by now. Elena, check it out. Footprints go through this door.
Who did I say CT's modern rival is?
Crap, it's blocked from the other
I
side.
mean, like if they were to do a rival season now, I would say Kyle, because I feel like that's the most recent one, and that's the one that like would make kind of sense. Realistically, I don't think he really has that major of one.
Oh shit!
No, I like Brittany personally. Like I don't mind Brittany. Like she's not someone that like I need to see back, but like I would not be opposed to seeing Brittany back. Yeah, like Fessy, I mean, like, Fessy and CT wouldn't be one, but, like, I feel like that's mostly a one-sided thing. And also, that would just be too strong of a duo, I feel like, to be actually, like, on a season together. Like, obviously, like, why, like, CT and Bananas were never, a pairing either. And really, like, the CT West pairing in itself was, like, a really overpowered duo. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. The fact that I didn't die there is a miracle. Cutthroats? What was cutthroats? Oh, it's them getting out of the car, or getting out of the, like, limos, and then the jet and everything. The thing I don't like about it is how sloppily it's edited after the fact. Where, like, something like people mention, like, about, like, a great element of that is that they, when someone gets eliminated, they recut the intro. However, I always found that to be, like, a really lazy thing, because, like, it's dumb because, like, you can see, like, some of these people in the background. So I think it's just ridiculous, when we're, like, cutting these people out of the intro. Like, when, like, Melinda gets eliminated. It's like, you can see Melinda getting out of the fucking thing. It's dumb. Like, really, if they're gonna do that, put more forethought into not having, like, people in the shots with these other people. What's the best Rivals team, as in, like, just straight up a team? Then, yeah, it probably is West and CT. fuck off. It's not dead. No, they did not. I can guarantee you, they did not plan on Dirty 30, Vendettas, and Final Reckoning be a trilogy. But I don't think they intended it being a trilogy until Final Reckoning. Because, like, I mean, we even know, like, we know that, like, Vendettas was originally going to be Battle of the Bloodlines 2. So we know that was, like, kind of a half-assed thing. Oof. But yeah, like, I feel, oh, fuck off, that one, that's you. Like, I feel pretty confident that they 100% did not even have the concept of a trilogy until very late into the conception of Vendettas. Oh shit, that's Elena. Is there anyone I like more or less? Probably, but like I don't know who comes. I mean, like I probably like Kara less. But I kind of expected that. I feel like, in my opinion, most other people kind of stayed the same. In terms of, like, the major figures in the challenge. I feel there's probably, like, minor characters that, like, my opinion went up on.
Jesus. You alright?
But, like, I don't really remember
They're just
them.
waiting to ambush us.
Yeah. Alright, let's get that door open. See what they didn't want us to find. Okay, here we go. You ready?
In my opinion, Bananas is the same. I still think Bananas is kind of a dick.
Oh, hello there. What is it?
It's a letter. Signed by...
You know, I think this is actually a good spot to end.
Read it.
Well, I mean, actually not here, but like after this scene where we find the bodies.
To preserve its riches. The traitorous too knows our secrets, so we must act quickly, destroy the dam, cleanse New Devon.
Here we go.
Uh-huh.
What season does CT's reputation change? I mean, like, kind of rivals, but then also I think Battle of the X's.
I guess not.
I think it changes, like, multiple times, where, like, it changes from, like, obviously, like, him being, like, this, like, monster, essentially, after Duel 2, and then, like, Rivals 1's, like, kind of him trying to redeem himself. I think, like, through his relationship with Diem and Battle of the X's, too, I think he kind of, like, fully goes through that process. And I think Rivals 2 and... Actually, I guess it's Rivals 2. Through his relationship with Diem, like, that's kind of like a rocky thing there. Where he kind of gets portrayed as kind of a dick there. But then I think by the time, like, Battle of the X's, too... like where with the death of Diem and how he handles that, and then when he returns for Invasion and all that stuff, I think that's where it's like he's full on like supposed to be a hero at that point. Wait, did we not? Okay, I thought we were in a different spot than where we were, I guess.
Sam's lighter.
Did he drop it?
Yeah, on purpose. Whatever it is we're looking for has to be somewhere around here.
There's got to be another.
CT viewed negatively during Double Agents?
Mentioned in the letter.
Not from like the general fan base. Like I think the general fan base has always been high on CT, which is why I think they were so incentivized to bring him back for Rivals. Was because even then, like he was a fan favorite. Like, isn't the globe? It is, right? I mean, CT's always, like, gotten, like, moments of dickishness here and there. But, yeah, I think, like, some people are upset of how he treated Big T in Double Agents, but I think as a whole it doesn't really affect most people's overall opinion of him. Like, I think there's definitely, like, other things that that would knock people's opinions of him more. I think Lauren from Hell's Kitchen 19 is attractive. I have no clue who that is. So, let's see. Lauren Lawless. That's really her name. She's fine. Not really my type, personally, but she's fine. What am I supposed to do here? Come on. When I say Fessy got villain set all the way through Double Agents or picked up at the end? I mean, I think it's like at the moment that he turns on Nelson. Like, that's the point where he gets the villainous at it. And then, like, from that point forward, he, like, obviously all the talk about how terrible a partner he is and everything.
Nope.
Come on.
This could be. But it isn't.
Because what, she has to find it, right? Isn't it on the globe? I'm not, like, completely misremembering this, right? Oh, fuck, I actually want... No. I actually want to pick that up. There we go. I'll be honest, like, I don't remember Fessy on Total Madness that well. Like, I don't remember what he actually even did on Total Madness. Like, I remember his, like, Double Agents run really well. But, like, I just don't remember Total Madness that well. Oh, this?
Nate.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I think so.
Yeah, she is the one to find it, though. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Total Madness just feels like a forgettable season.
There's a bloody fingerprint.
And part of that for me right now is because, like, it's a season it's been the longest I've last watched, but
So the letter said that Avery was moving his treasure to the ship.
Yeah.
Do you think the treasure's still on that island?
I think it doesn't matter anymore.
Alright, so we're in the underground now, right?
Hey, watch your head.
Yeah.
Oh. Looks like Avery built himself a panic cave.
Yeah, I wonder where this goes.
Guess we're gonna find out.
Alright. So yeah, I think this is a good spot to end here. Like, I don't think we're that far away from finishing the game, realistically. I mean, I think we're probably, like, a little bit over an hour, right? But not close enough to where, like, I'm gonna bother finishing it tonight. Let's see. Just want to look at my previous playthroughs to see how far. This is chapter 19, right? Yeah, so we have like an hour and a half. So, like, I mean, if I really wanted to, I could, but I'm not going to. I mean, yeah, Bear is incredible TV. The problem is that he's just also a terrible human being. Which is just like the issue just in general. Slay the Spire. What is Slay the Spire? I actually don't even... Like, I've heard the name, but I don't actually know what the game is. Oh, it's a roguelike deck building game. Yeah, probably not. I feel like I see it on sale here and there, though. But yeah, I have not played it, and probably won't. But yeah, so, and next time we'll finish this, we'll probably start Lost Legacy, and probably it'll take 2 more streams to finish Lost Legacy. And yeah, again, I'll do a video on that at some point. And yeah, so what's happening between now and next stream? We got 2 more episodes of Australian Survivor. We got, well, this round of Big Brother's finishing tomorrow. So we'll see that. And then, we'll be halfway through the next round. We got a new episode of Amazing Race. And I think that's it, right? Either way, that's still a good chunk. So yeah. Oh yeah, what? Survivor Marquesas retrospective, I guess, is coming out this Wednesday. I guess. Who I think will win Big Brother at this point? I think probably Misha, based on how the game has been going. Again, like if Shayna goes home here, and then especially if like Misha or Todrick win the next HOH, I think it's essentially Misha's game to lose at that point. Or I think the only thing stopping it is like a random like Cynthia HOH in the end stretch. Yeah, Hitman 3, I wouldn't be opposed to doing it. The problem is I'm not doing, like, there's not another video I need to make that involves Hitman 3, to where there are other videos I need to make that involve other games, so I kind of want to play those first. But, like, next time, like, there's nothing I need to play, then I think Hitman 3 is for sure a top or not, well, it's like a top contender of a game that I could play there. What challenge season would I recommend? Probably like, I was gonna say Fresh Meat 2, but I feel like you do lose some context from the Wes and Kenny stuff. I don't know, Free Agents? I don't know. I don't know a good starting point. Yeah, like Free Agents is probably a good answer. War of the Worlds is like, I think one that gets noted a lot. Invasion, but then like Invasion's not that good of a season though, so like, that's kind of the issue. But like I think like on paper, Invasion is a good starting point. Rivals, I mean, like Rivals is a weird one to me because like Rivals like feels like the culmination of like the early era of the show more so than like a season to start with. Like, I know people compare it to, like, the heroes versus villains of the challenge. I feel like it's kind of apt in the way that, like, yeah, like I feel like you lose out on, like, the Adam and CT relationship. You lose out on the Wes and Kenny relationship in particular. But, like, I feel like there's, like, a lot of rivalries that you just don't get the full context of through watching it that way. Maybe Cutthroat. Cutthroat could be a good one to start off with. I don't feel like there's anything like too major in Cutthroat to where you would need to watch previous season. Yeah. So again, yeah, I think this is pretty much it for tonight. Again, didn't even really want to go even for this long because I'm still pretty fucking tired from not going to sleep last night. But either way, so yeah, so next stream will be on Wednesday after Amazing Race and Big Brother. So yeah, see you guys next time.